Previously on Judging Amy.
Can't I go to some stupid dance without you following me around?
I'm not following you around. You're usually mad because I'm not participating in school stuff.
That's prison. It's a dormitory with bars. Look, you'll be teaching creative writing. It's perfect. I thought you'd be thrilled.
Does Crystal know yet?
Oh, yeah, she's the one who set it up.
You know what? We are going to do everything we can to get you out of here.
You gotta get me out of here, because I ain't got nobody else.
This is my case now, okay? I don't intend to lose.
What would be funny is if this was coming from Mom's room.
Lauren, let's bounce!
I knocked on her door. Simply went along with the beat.
Lauren!
It's too quiet.
I remember when you were 13. I wished you would have a teenager of your own who was as challenging as you were. Little did I know I'd be living with her, too.
How are you going? Gracielle's trial starts today. I'm testifying.
I can take Lauren if you want. I don't have to be a prison until 4. Okay, that sounded more creepy uncle than I... Wow.
Oh, my.
What did you do?
You said I could get highlights.
No, I said I'd take you to the salon so you could get something subtle.
Well, you never have the time, so I did it myself. Grandma said it was okay.
I seem to have failed to discuss the hue.
It's totally temporary.
I think it looks cool.
Vincent! Well, how temporary is temporary.
24 washes.
Good. Get your butt upstairs. Knock out the first 12.
That's so unfair. You never said I couldn't.
Okay, everyone, just to be clear, and this is an evolving list. No alcohol, no drugs, no smoking, no makeup, no pink hair, or any other color that is not a spawn of this gene pool. No boys without adult supervision, no internet at your friend's house, no chat rooms, no tattoos, no drag racing, no class cutting, and the only piece of metal that's getting pierced through your body is a tracking device I may get surgically inserted into your neck.
No drag racing?
Hit the showers, Frenchie. It's almost time for school.
Easy, Maxine.
When they continue to recklessly slash and cut our funding, how would you have me describe them?
Priority challenged.
No.
Insufficiently informed.
No.
Compassionless wankers.
Wankers I could live with.
Maxine?
Barbara.
Maxine, please, I need your help. I really need your help.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I went out to get my paper this morning, and there he was.
Well, we knew this was going to be a difficult transition. You've been fostering him for 4 years. Claudia's only had him for 3 weeks.
Maxine, this is the 4th time this has happened. The first 3 times I drove him home, but this morning I brought him straight here.
What did he say when he came to you?
He says he misses me. He says he wants to live with me.
Oh, Barbara.
It just breaks my heart to turn him away.
You were one of my angels. Do you know that? When I think of the number of children that you fostered and...
I have always understood how this goes. It's just gotten too hard. I never know where they're going. I don't know if they're better off. I just let go of their little hands and... Well, I won't be fostering anymore.
Barbara, please.
No, Maxine, please take care of this. I don't want him to show up at my door again.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your name for the record.
Amy Gray, Gray.
Judge Gray, were you with Graciela Reyes on the day of the incident?
Yes, approximately 3 hours earlier. She had finished studying for her algebra test, and she was going to reward herself by going to the movies. She was very excited. She'd been working on short-term goals, so this was a huge leap forward.
Objection. Relevance.
You are trying to paint Graciela as a hardened criminal, and I'm telling you, I know her
Judge
as a woman who
Gray,
cares.
Judge Gray. There's a lawyer present.
Thank you, Your Honor. Judge Gray's comments go to Miss Reyes' state of mind.
Objection sustained. No editorializing, Judge Gray. You were given a chance to speak to her character in the pretrial phase. Your testimony's in the record. Confine your comments to what you witnessed day of the shooting.
She was hopeful that day. She told me that she dreamed of having a house and a family.
Objection.
And
Relevance of her dreams.
Your Honor, the state is alleging that Miss Reyes knew that the incident was going to take place. We
Hold
have
on,
to enter into
okay.
evidence.
Okay, thank you, Judge Gray.
Your Honor, if it pleases the court,
It doesn't. There is nothing new in this testimony. Miss Reyes' state of mind on the day in question has been adequately addressed. You're dismissed.
It sounded like street outreach was a laugh riot. Anyway, it's probably better for me and Crystal not to be dating in the workplace.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to sully the whole handing out condoms and blankets thing with sexual undertones.
What are you doing? Looking for my lucky pick. Maybe it's in the pocket of your lucky pants?
When I'm playing in these, they make me feel a certain way.
Utterly ridiculous?
I didn't assign you to babysit Hartford's criminal youth.
I'm not babysitting. I'm, supposed to inspire these kids out of their shells. Help them express their rage or, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, well, expressing their rage and whatever is how they got to jail in the first place. I wouldn't go.
Oh, come on, man. They're just kids. I'm not afraid. I can't figure out what's going on with me and Crystal.
You're spinning out, man.
Hey, you were kicked out of your house. Was there some preamble to that? Oh, no. Right. You invited Jillian to that romantic dinner, and she basically had somebody change the locks while you were ordering.
I was almost over the humiliation of that, but thanks for the recap.
But you got back in. Even though you're holding out.
How am I holding out?
Peter, you sleep every night at your old house. You and Jillian, you're back together, and yet you keep all of your stuff here. What is that about? I mean, look at all this crap. It's like I'm hit by some bad flashback weekend every time I need a shirt.
You know that rage-inspiring thing? Not going to be a problem for you.
Good morning. We're here to return Daisy Bray to her parents. DCF has invested allegations of physical abuse and has determined there is none.
Your Honor, Alan Shine, attorney for Jessica Zicklin. We have a motion to intervene. We're seeking party status.
Janice Samuels for Marcia and Oswald Bray. I strongly object.
Okay, Mr. Shine, who is Jessica in relation to Daisy Bray?
That's her half-sister.
Our mother is the same person.
Got it. Okay, well, before we go any further, Daisy, your CASA worker is going to take you down the hall to the playroom, and that's where she will remain for the remainder of these proceedings. Okay, have some fun.
Bye, Daisy. I'll see you later.
My client is challenging DCF's findings of no abuse. She has evidence that proves Oswald Bray is abusing Daisy, and she's also offering to take custody of her sister if you find the evidence compelling.
Your Honor, Jessica is not offering to take custody. She is vying for it. DCF has determined that Daisy belongs with her parents.
Amanda Foley, DCF, Your Honor. During the 96-hour emergency hold, I investigated thoroughly. I concluded that
Yeah, I see in the file you concluded that Daisy should go with her parents. I'm denying party status, Mr. Shine. Your client has no standing to mount her own case here. I will, however, hear Jessica's testimony.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, Jessica, that means you will observe these proceedings without your attorney, and you will participate only when prompted. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
With all due respect,
I will review the elements of this case until I am satisfied that Daisy is being returned to a safe home. When can we be back?
2:30.
Hey, we didn't get to talk. How'd the testimony go this morning?
It didn't. Salinger was not interested in what I had to say.
What about the jury?
There isn't one. Then asked for a bench trial. Juries don't tend to respond to tattooed girls in gang clothes. People tend to assume the worst. Hey, Yvonne.
You're hearing another case in 10 minutes.
All right, I'll see you in 5. So, talk to me.
We're in recess.
Look, I know old man Salinger doesn't appreciate having another judge looking over his shoulder, but I am not abandoning Graciela now. Not because some insecure little man sees me as a threat.
That insecure little man is deciding this case. I'm inclined to keep him off the defensive.
Should have had Graciela in the courtroom this morning.
To show what, Amy? Her two expressions? Anger and rage? I didn't want her to undermine the picture you were going to paint.
I'm sorry. You are good at this. I do trust you. I just want to make sure she gets the compassion she deserves.
It's not about compassion anymore, Amy. This is the trial. It's about proving she's innocent of the crime and that she deserves a shot at a meaningful life. And if anyone is going to sell that, it's got to be Graciela.
You're not thinking about putting her on the stand.
I may.
You know how she presents.
A minute ago, you said I should have had her in the courtroom.
To be flesh and blood, yes, but not to have her open her mouth.
It's my call, Amy. I'm going to be prepared for anything and everything. And I don't think you should come to the courtroom anymore.
What?
You could lose this for her. Do you get that? Look, I'm not going to put her on the stand without prep. I've made a script of the questions Wyatt is most likely to ask, and I've got that insipid, righteous tone of his down pat. And Graciela and I are going to role play until we're called, all right? I'll let you know how it goes. This is me.
Well, tell Graciela. Just tell her.
Why didn't you call me the minute you realized he was missing?
I was afraid. I thought you'd take him back. I've waited so long to be with him.
I know that.
I made him the sweetest little room. I found a lamp made out of a football, a rug with Spider-Man on it.
It sounds wonderful.
Doesn't make him happy. He still runs away to her.
We discussed this. It's going to take a little time.
She thinks that I'm a bad mother, but she is wrong. Just because she's got a big house with a big TV, a lot of toys for him. I'm Josh's mother, and I am just trying to scrape together a life.
Barbara understands that you're working it out. She also knows that Josh belongs with you. But I would refrain from saying anything negative about Barbara to Joshua. He has a great deal of affection for her. It will be confusing for him.
He is the only thing that kept me right in there, Mrs. Gray, thinking about him. Am I going to lose him?
You're going to take him home and try again. Joshua, ready to go home?
See you later, Josh.
Hi, baby. You open that for me.
Come in here, Clint.
I own that trickety trick, and that, my friends, is that. Over. Judge Gray. Hello.
It is, Holbrook. I just wanted a word with you.
Judge Gray needs a word with me.
Wow. Oh. Okay. Well, here's the deal. Graciela is fighting for her life right now in criminal court.
Yes, I know.
And I can't be there.
You have your own courtroom to run.
Yeah, exactly. So I would like you to observe her case and report back to me as often as you can. I want to know how Graciela is, what she's doing. Is she visibly responding to what's happening? What text the prosecution's taking? Well,
You consider me your fleet-footed Hermes, carrying news of every detail.
thank you.
Vincent Gray.
Yeah. Though it might be under Turner, Crystal Turner. Or Outreach, Street Outreach.
Well, which one is it?
Well, I don't know if you have the list.
They already know how to cheat.
That's a gift from my niece.
Do you know how fast this thing will go through your eye?
Pick it up on the way out.
Here.
Thank you.
All prison staff, personnel, and visitors. This is a level 3 lockdown. Stay here! Check the
Hobo-type person was sworn in. ASA Wyatt called him up, claimed that he had witnessed the shooting. Wyatt did. He claimed that. When he was taking the oath, the hobo person, he just nodded, which made the judge do this thing with his eyes, and then he said, speak aloud for the record. Then the hobo person said, yeah, then was asked if that meant yes.
Hold on. Graciela.
Oh, yeah. She was just sitting there.
Wait, you have him spying for you?
Observing and keeping me briefed. We should make a list. The have-to-knows and the don't bothers.
Let's do it. You scooch over?
You can have my space.
I left that house when I was 16. My mother called when Daisy was born, I guess to get me to come back around. And I did. I loved that child immediately.
How often do you get to see your sister?
A few times a week. It's hard for me to be in that house.
And why do you think Daisy is in danger with her parents?
Ozzy's angry to the core. One time, when he first moved in, he gave me this cloth doll. Later on, he finds it soaking wet and forget it. He was off. Screaming at me. Telling me I'm stupid and ungrateful. I'm 8. He's fighting with an 8-year-old. It's pathetic. And then he starts hitting me with a belt. And I'm shrieking and crying. And he starts shaking to get me to stop.
But have you ever seen him hit Daisy?
Well, look at my reports. Mine and Daisy's are almost alike.
Objection. These are not reports. They're pages from Ms. Zicklin's diary. Overpages of hearsay.
What is this, Jessica?
This is a log of Daisy's injuries over the years, and mine.
Overruled, Miss Samuels. I'm admitting this as past recollections recorded by Jessica at the time.
My mother never took me to the hospital, so I don't have any official records. But I knew I should write everything down.
The evidence, Jessica. Be more specific.
Well, how my mother got away with saying Ozzy wasn't hurting me.
Focus on Daisy.
Some of the lesser physical symptoms of shaking are extreme irritability, which Daisy had.
Many babies are irritable, Your Honor.
Miss Samuels.
And poor appetite. Daisy was a very skinny baby, and she had this period of inexplicable vomiting, which my mother called stomach viruses.
They were stomach viruses.
Jessica, please. Please what, Mother? I cannot believe you are still sitting there taking his side.
All right, that's enough. I've heard enough. I want to talk to Daisy.
Why am I not surprised?
I wanted you to know Joshua is back with his mother. Claudia's taking him home.
Good. Oh, come on, I'll give you a cup of coffee.
The terms of her probation make her eligible for a number of programs, including family therapy. So they'll be getting, well, a lot of what they need.
Well, I'm glad it all worked out. You know, you could have told me all this on the phone.
I could have.
Maxine, I am done with fostering.
I understand.
Do you?
You have said goodbye to more little faces than you can bear to count.
Perfectly put.
You continue to worry long after they're gone. They come into your mind, you fear for them, you hope.
Yes.
Jesse Brown. It was winter. He was living in a telephone booth. He was 7 years old. To get himself to sleep, he would sing. I did what I do, and I lost track of him when he was around 14. I think about him. I wonder if he still sings.
Give him back! I know he's in there. Where's Josh?
Again?
Yes. Where is he? Josh! Mine. Joshy! Mommy's here! Josh!
Claudia?
Yeah, Michael, I know Lauren and I had a fight. I was there. Have you seen her hair? No, I think she should sleep at my house,
Gray.
like we planned.
Judge Gray.
I have to go. What happened?
Well, it was like, okay, the good news is, the spit didn't actually make it to the judge.
She spitted the judge?
In his general direction. There was a cousin on the stand, a lying cousin, said Graciela knew it was going to go down. Cousin was grilled by both sides.
Who won?
Judge Gray, your witness turned on Graciela for a plea. She lied through her teeth, but she came off credible.
How are we going to refute it?
Graciela, she has to take the stand.
This photograph is more recent than the one I had. May I give it to the police?
Of course.
Smiling.
He has the sweetest little smile. He should have been here by now.
He shouldn't be coming here at all.
Claudia, please.
Maybe if you hadn't bribed him all the time.
Claudia?
Why'd you have to give him to her? I can't compete with her.
We're not competing. I took care of your child when you couldn't.
Well, I can now.
Well, then where is he?
Stop it, both of you. You are two women who love the same little boy. That is something that you have in common. That should not be a bad thing for Joshua. If you could find a way to talk to each other, maybe he would be less unhappy and he wouldn't need to run away.
This house isn't as big as I thought it would be.
It's not as big as I thought it would be either.
He can't sleep at my house. I hear him crying in the night.
He has bad dreams.
Try to tell him everything's going to be okay, but it doesn't help.
Well, never mind.
Yes, Barbara.
It's nothing really. It's silly. It's just something I made up. It seems to calm him.
I'm sure Claudia would like to know.
Okay. Taking the bad dreams out. Taking the bad dreams out. Putting the good dreams in. Putting the good dreams in. Only good dreams.
Found him on the overpass watching the traffic down below.
Mom? What are you doing here?
Looking for you.
Oh.
You got a minute?
Sure.
I respect you, you know that. And I know we talked about this before. I don't want to upset you, but I really just want to understand.
What?
Why are you compromising yourself for Graciela Reyes?
What am I compromising?
Your reputation. Your emotional well-being. You got your whole courtroom shut down over her. And I know how seriously you take your job. Look, I value our friendship, so I want to understand. What is it about this particular girl?
What, does there have to be something? Does she have to be a gifted athlete or a musical genius for me to think she's worth saving? She comes into my courtroom looking like every other gang girl, right? Tough as nails. I tell her to hug her mother. And she does it. Her program gets shut down. I say, Graciela, let's meet in my office. And she does. Week after week. She's trying, Bruce. She has never had a shot in hell of being anything other than poor and dangerous, but she has caught every lifeline that I have thrown her. She wants to be more. How can I turn my back on that?
She's going to disappoint you.
You don't know that?
Yeah, I do.
I'll survive.
Okay.
Come on.
Easy, teacher man.
I need loose leaf paper, and I need an eraser that cannot possibly be whittled into a bullet.
It's not personal.
Sometimes I find that hard to believe.
I've been calling and calling you. I want to know how your writing class went.
They confiscated my spiral notebook. Apparently, the last teacher was strangled with his.
I bet they say that to all the suckers. What's up? I thought teaching writing would be a better gig for you than... Forget it. I get the message.
No, I got your message. Loud and clear. Die Vincent is pretty much what was blaring over the loudspeakers during lockdown today.
Lockdown?
It's okay. Just having a bad day.
Hello. Hello. Hey, Daisy.
What are you building? A house.
Oh, that's cool. Does your arm hurt?
Yeah.
What happened?
I fell on the ground on my trike.
Ouch. You going fast?
Yeah. Daddy said I shouldn't go fast.
Did he get mad?
Uh-uh.
Does he ever get mad?
Sometimes.
What does he do when he gets mad?
He mushes his face and yells.
Does he ever do anything with his hands when he gets mad? Does he spank you?
Mm-mm.
So I saw you and Jessica waving at each other yesterday. Are you guys close?
She's my sister.
You get to see her much?
Daddy doesn't like her. They fight.
Oh. Really? How does that make you feel?
Really sad.
So let's say this is your house. A very nice house. Okay, this is you. You live there with your mom and your dad. You happy there?
Mm-hmm. And Jessica.
Okay. This is a little off the record, but what the hell's going on here?
Judge, I have my own place, a good job. I can take care of Daisy.
Over my dead body.
Don't tempt me.
Stop it. Okay? Just stop it, both of you. We're gonna have a calm conversation. Now, Jessica seems to be in a lot of pain here, Mr. Bray. Why do you think that is?
Her father left her and ran off with a waitress.
Well, that's it. That's what you got for me. I don't think there's a person here responsible enough to take care of Daisy.
Please don't take my baby, Judge Gray. I would never hurt her.
Did you hurt Jessica?
I spanked her sometimes to get her attention. Maybe I crossed the line.
Okay, let's start there. How far over the line did you cross?
Look, I was young, okay? Jessica was a tough child to start raising midstream. I mean, you should have heard how she talked to her mother, right, Marcia?
Mrs. Bray, is there anything you'd like to add?
Jessica has problems.
Why do you think that is?
You never say anything. You just stand there. How can you stand there and pretend that he didn't hurt me? Look, I'm not crazy, okay?
It happened. Does it still happen?
No.
No. Okay. Well, my job is to determine whether Daisy is in danger. So I need to know that you are not going to do to Daisy what you did to Jessica.
I won't. I would never hurt Daisy, I swear.
How do I know that?
Because she's my flesh and blood. Because I love her.
Okay, great. So now that we all know who we are.
We've known who each other is for 2 years, Jack.
Right. I'm sorry. I was gonna skip that exercise and just slap a bunch of name tags on you, but I thought that slapping you would be bad for me.
Oh, crazy, man.
Okay, so before we write, yeah, you and Blue.
It's Diesel, yo.
Diesel, what's on your mind?
We've been writing.
Okay.
Come on.
Well, great. Does anyone feel like sharing?
I'm trying to get my share on right now, cuz. Afterward, you critique. I'll call this one Bars.
Where'd you think of that from?
Press your neck, fool. Little boy looking through the bars. On the window of his bedroom, where no brother sleep, there's a soul to keep. Looking through the bars. On the walls of his cell, block the world from his hell. Stock the bars with sellers, killers and colors. It's bigger than race. What is forgotten is your face. And the rotten eyes of the brothers and sisters left behind. Bars on the windows, and your death is what jails you, ails you, and fail you. I'm hanging out here and I ain't got no rope.
Graciela testified.
How'd she look?
Nice. Yeah, they took her braids out. Her hair looked kind of soft. She looked really young.
How'd she do?
Why, it was tough. But she held herself pretty well.
Good girl.
And then he got cruel.
What'd he do?
He walked right up to her and he said, is it true your mother left you here and went back to Guatemala?
Bastard.
Is it true she left you because she was afraid of you? Because she was afraid that the life you chose would hurt her and your baby brother?
She didn't choose it.
That's what she said. And then he said, did your mother even ask you to go with her? Or did you choose your gang over your family?
Oh, God.
And then she clenched her fist a little and she started to cry. It was just for a second, but I saw it.
Was the judge moved?
I don't know.
Okay.
Judge Gray, thank you for trusting me to do this. I know how much she means to you.
So Barbara can pick up Josh after school.
I might have soccer clinic.
He might have soccer clinic.
Oh, I can pick you up after soccer clinic.
And Claudia gets off work at
5, so I can be at Barbara's by 5:30.
All right then, Josh. So your mother will come pick you up and take you home. You can have some dinner, hang out, and then go to sleep.
Barbara's a really good cook.
Well, you know what? I could always use the overtime at work, so I'll stay late and you can eat at Barbara's.
Why don't you come for dinner?
Okay. Problem solved.
Can you make her that chicken pie thing? It's really good.
It sounds really good. It does sound good. In fact, it sounds quite wonderful.
Hey,
What are you doing here?
looking for you.
Well, before you scream at me, I'm working on getting you a new assignment.
I don't want it. Today, it's ridiculously great. Inspiring. I've been in a coffee shop for the last 3 hours writing. Carpal tunnel syndrome, here I come.
Well, good for you.
I had to tell someone. Had to tell you.
Jessica, you came here to keep...
Judge Gray,
Excuse me a minute.
Graciela was thrown out of the courtroom. She was screaming at the judge. He threw her out.
Tell Salinger's clerk that I need to speak to him. Tell Dunbar, too. Apologize. Jessica, you came here to keep DCF from giving Daisy back to her parents. To intervene. Because no one intervened on your behalf when you faced a danger bigger and stronger than you could handle. I understand that. For the record, Oswell Bray abused Jessica Zicklin years ago, and it appears that her mother did nothing to protect her. But there is no evidence that he is abusing Daisy Bray. Mr. Bray, I've seen this many, many times in this courtroom, and I still don't really understand it. This selective abuse, hurting one child and not the other. You don't have to love someone to treat them humanely. You shouldn't have to love someone to do that. But what I do understand is that Daisy is bonded to you and to her mother, and the law compels me to not harm Daisy by breaking those bonds without conclusive evidence. So I'm vacating the OTC. I'm returning Daisy Bray to her parents on the condition that DCF do unannounced visits to the home. We are watching you, Mr. Bray. Just know that. See everyone back here in 6 weeks.
May I say something?
Yeah, you may.
I know that I should have been able... I didn't know how to. I should have stood up for you. Forgive me, Jess.
Too little, too late, Mom.
Jessica, listen to your mother. It's not too late for you to leave here with some sense of justice or official acknowledgement. Your mother taking responsibility for not protecting you, it's a start. She's done that. I heard it. And the record heard it. I hope you find some peace. Court's adjourned. Holbrook. What? What happened?
We'll appeal. I am not giving up, Amy. I am not giving up.
Couldn't wait 10 minutes?
He'd already made up his mind, Amy.
What'd you give her?
35 years.
Is she down in detention?
No, Amy, they're taking her to jail right now.
Graciela! 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 We're gonna fight this.
Going back to the bus.
Okay? We're gonna fight this.
Get moving.
Peter, why did you feel the need to store your things in my closet?
What, you moved your stuff out of my closet into hers?
An avalanche of denim and that patchouli oil. Smells like the bus station. Peaches and urine.
All right, all of you. I'll move my stuff home now. I thought I could have a nice, quiet dinner with the family, you know, for old time's sake. But no. Doorbell's ringing.
Yeah, we hear it.
Crystal, hey.
I sit when the kiss is over.
Is this Crystal?
Yeah, Crystal, this is Pinky. Pinky, Crystal.
Hi.
Hi.
This is my brother, Peter. He used to play with REO Speedwagon.
You, here for dinner?
No.
She's hot.
She's cool.
Amy?
We need, salad bowls.
I knew it.
I've heard about Graciela.
She's in adult state prison. Right now. By the time she gets out, she'll be 10 years older than I am at this moment.
How they throw these lives away. I'm very sorry.
I watched her getting on the prison bus. I just wanted to grab her. Just pull her out of there. Stop time.
My hair turned green once. I knew it. So naive during the Reagan years. You okay?
But I'm hungry. Pass the anything, please.
You missed, Crystal.
She's Vincent's girlfriend. She's prettier than J-Lo. Oh!
You have a quarter in your navel.
I got it before you said the list. I swear, Mom, I swear.
Get over here, Lauren. Get over here.
That hurts a little.
Deal with it.
Did anybody call when I was in the shower?
Telemarketer. I spoke French to him, and he hung up. You don't speak French. I speak phony French fluently. All right, who wants a nice hot crumpet? I'm not hungry.
What's a crumpet?
They're like English muffins, only more English. I saw them at the store. I haven't had one in years, and I brought Devonshire cream and a lovely crock of, let's pretend it's butter for any killjoy who happens to be on a diet.
Why are you in such a good mood?
I don't know. Is it bothering you?
Yes.
Look, Mamma Mia. Daddy and Misha are taking me to that for my birthday.
Says who?
Daddy bought tickets. They're taking me and Taylor. And first, we're having dinner at a fancy restaurant.
Oh, well, honey, I think that's more of an idea. Your daddy can't plan your birthday without talking to me.
Mom, you have to say yes. It's Broadway.
Right, which means it's more of an event birthday, like 13. You're just turning 9. That's not even a round number.
That's just stupid.
Okay, we're done here. Go brush your teeth.
Now you're gonna make a big deal over it, right? And have a fight with Daddy and ruin my birthday.
Go brush your teeth while you still have some. You see what he's doing? He's doing this whole birthday extravaganza, and then if I say no, I'm the bad guy.
Yes.
Yes? What?
Yes, that seems to be how it sorts out.
Hello, the house.
Don't come in here in a good mood.
Ignore her, Kyle. You have permission to be in a good mood if you want to be. Have a crumpet while they're still warm.
No, thanks. So I got your message to come over. What's up?
I figured out how to revive Teen Harbor. If we follow my plan, by the end of the day tomorrow, we will have new funding and you will have your job back.
By the end of the day tomorrow?
If Ma says it's gonna happen, Kyle. Unless, of course, there's a man involved to screw it up. You know what men are? First drafts. It's like God made Adam and then he said, hell, I can do better than that. So he made women. Now, I've written 1 billion briefs and 500 million letters and tons of speeches, and I know what you do with first drafts. You shred them. Or at least you ball them up and you throw them away. But no, God had to be godly. So he not only let the first drafts live, but he let them run the whole stupid world, and we wonder why it's so messed up. Hey, Lauren, move your butt. We're going to be late. Tell her I'm in the car.
Is it something I said?
No, you heard her. It's all God's fault. Here, have a crumpet.
Well, can you tell me how long this alleged meeting is supposed to last? Okay, give me his voicemail.
Good morning.
No, it's not. Hey, Michael, could you please call me so that we can discuss Lauren's birthday, which you've already planned without bothering to consult me? And for the record, I am not okay with mega adventures on Times Square, nor am I okay with being the monster who sticks a giant pin into Lauren's birthday bubble. So you please call me so we can figure out what to do about this mess you've created. How do you and me handle birthdays?
We alternate years. When it's not my year, I don't ask questions. It's a good system. I recommend it.
Well, I'm a little confused because I've planned every birthday of Lauren's life. When we were married, I had to whisper to Michael what we got her while she was unwrapping it. And now, suddenly, he's the birthday fairy.
He got married.
You think Leisha's planning it?
I don't know. It just sounds like they want to play family.
Oh, you're right. Doesn't that just make you want to throw up? Donna!
Oh, Judge Gray?
Did I get any messages? No.
None?
Don't worry, he's probably in court and he can't
Thank
get
you.
the phone.
Donna, did you?
I'm taking care of it right now.
Who hasn't called?
You know who. We had dinner 4 nights ago. We had a really great time. Why hasn't he called?
You had a nicer time than he did. Oh, you want to answer you alike? Okay. He fell madly in love with you and he's having trouble coping with the intensity of his feelings. Okay, tell me the answer you want and I'll give it to you.
Okay. It's all set. You owe me so big. 7 o'clock reservations, table by the window. The Chateau Lange Barge, the 85 if they have it, will be decanted a half an hour before you get there. And over dessert, a strolling violin will stroll in and violin. And you just need to pick a song.
How are you big, Donna?
So what's all this about?
I'm taking Andre to Christini's tonight.
And what's the occasion?
No occasion. I just wanted to take her out for a nice dinner, that's all.
Yeah. I get it.
You get what?
I get it, Bruce. I'm not an idiot. You've decided that tonight's the night.
No, I haven't.
Oh, please. You have choreographed an entire seduction ritual.
No, I planned a nice evening. I happen to believe that seduction, if you want to call it that, should take a lot longer than a couple of hours, or even a couple of weeks.
Wait a minute, what are you saying?
I'm saying what I said.
Are you calling me a hussy?
Nobody on the planet uses that word anymore.
But that's what you're saying, isn't it?
Judge Gray, as much as I would love to pursue this conversation, you have a very full docket.
Not bad.
Not bad. I never thought I'd be able to do anything like this. I can't draw a stick.
Maybe not, but you can paint a stick. It's fine. You're doing very well. You just have an unreasonably demanding teacher. I'll tell you what. Take this home and spend some time with it.
What is it?
Frida Kahlo, your new source of inspiration. She was a Mexican communist married to a crazy but brilliant womanizing muralist named Diego Rivera.
She's beautiful.
Oh, anyone can be beautiful. She was feisty. Look, here's my favorite. The suicide of Dorothy Hale. Do you know who Dorothy Hale was?
Oh, yes. Sort of.
She was a New York socialite. But her husband died and she lost her wealth. She arranged a lunch with a publisher friend in hopes that he'd give her a job. Instead, he gave her $1,000 and told her to buy the prettiest dress she could find and use it to catch a rich husband. She bought the dress, put it on, and jumped from the top of her penthouse. Now, a friend hired Frida Kahlo to paint Dorothy's portrait, and instead, Frida Kahlo painted the actual suicide. It's a masterpiece, as you can see.
Yes, it's very artistic. But I don't want to paint, dead people.
Well, that's not the point. If you want to paint something more impressive than landscapes, you have to find your inner feisty woman. I know she's in there.
In the matter of 16-year-old Pamela Taylor, we are revisiting a custody arrangement. And I see that the terms of the divorce stipulated joint custody. That's been in place for 5 years, and I'm sure you're all ready to tell me why that isn't working anymore. So, who wants to go first?
Your Honor, my client feels that it would be in Pamela's best interest to stop going back and forth between houses, and that because of her age and circumstances, she should be with her mother.
Your Honor, my client agrees. The house hopping has been very detrimental for Pamela. But she also feels Pamela would be better off living at her father's house.
Okay. This is either an amazing show of altruism or a situation where no one wants the child. Which is it?
Here's Pamela's record, Your Honor. It'll explain a lot.
Actually, I think my file is more current.
This is as of 2 days ago.
She was picked up for shoplifting last night.
Last night?
Okay, just give them both to me, and I'll spend some time getting caught up on Pamela's extracurricular activities. And Mr. Van Exel will tell us when we're going to be here tomorrow.
11:30.
11:30 tomorrow. Come in before you get frostbite.
Okay. What's all this?
I canceled our reservation.
You what?
Well, if you haven't noticed, it's freezing outside, and I thought it'd be nice if we stayed inside. We can have a nice, quiet, cozy evening. Do you want some wine? Gracie's at her father's. We have the whole house to ourselves. I have a lovely Chateaubriand that's going to be perfect in about an hour and a half. What's wrong?
Nothing.
There's something wrong.
No, it's just that Can we talk about this?
About what?
You've hijacked my evening.
What?
I went to a lot of trouble to plan everything, and suddenly I'm not even in the co-pilot seat.
I'm really sorry. I just thought it would be nice to stay.
It is. You know what? All of a sudden, I'm not in the mood for a big fancy evening. I think I'm just gonna go home. I'm sorry. I'll call you tomorrow.
So then he tells me I need to find my inner feisty woman, and it hits me.
What?
Well, he's single, he's attractive, he owns his own art gallery, and he likes feisty women.
Your sister is single, she's attractive, and if she isn't feisty, then the rest of us should just give up.
Isn't Amy seeing someone?
Oh, you know Amy? It'll only last 2 weeks.
So what? You want to line up the guy for the next 2 weeks?
Amy gets bored easily. This guy is fascinating.
This is what he wants you to paint?
Well, not this in particular. He's trying to help me be less boring as an artist.
You're not boring, you're great. I love the one you did of the ocean.
Yeah, but it's just the ocean.
It's pretty, it matches the couch. Don't start painting women sitting on cacti with curled up rats.
Honey, you don't understand art.
Yes, I do. This is just some wacko regurgitating self-obsession on a canvas and throwing in a curled up rat so it'll seem deep.
It's not a rat. It's something Mexican.
Honey, I don't think you should try fixing Amy up with the weirdo art teacher.
He's not a weirdo.
He's a weirdo, and it's a rat.
Michael, here's what I don't get. Up until this year, you didn't even know when Lauren's birthday was. No, but we've always had low-key birthdays. Back when I was planning them and you weren't interested, we agreed we weren't going to be those parents who hire magicians and get elephant rides. Broadway is too bigger than an elephant. Ask anybody. No, here's what I think you're going to do. I think you're going to plan a normal birthday, and it better be something she likes so she's not angry at me for nixing the ridiculous birthday. Well, I don't know, Michael. Why don't you have Alicia figure it out? What's a normal birthday? Gee, I don't know. Maybe something that doesn't cost $300 a seat.
So, well, you got the custody hearing up first. It's a docket challenger if I ever saw one.
So,
So what?
how was your big date?
Fine. You want to hear your morning?
I'd rather hear your evening.
Judge Gray, with all due respect, my evening's my own business.
Key to starting anything is getting all of the elements in place. No use trying to get Teen Harbor up and running without someone to run it.
Right.
And this man is one of the best social workers that I have ever seen. Which is why they ran him out on a rail. You know, he had ideas, he was proactive. No room for that in government work.
What's he doing now?
Building houses for poor people.
Wow. Like Jimmy Carter. Why would he go back to a desk job?
Because I'm going to flirt with him. Oh, you never tried that?
How do you think I passed organic chemistry?
Hey, Mac. How are you?
Maxine,
I was in the neighborhood.
you look great.
You look better. This is my nephew, Kyle. Joe McKenzie.
How you doing?
It all depends on why Maxine is here.
I have an idea.
No.
Kyle and I are starting a drop-in center that would cater to homeless teens, runaways, the ones who fall out of the system. We need someone to be in charge.
I'm busy.
We are looking for someone with a strong background in social work.
Someone who understands the fine line between empowering young people and getting juvenile. You were always the best at that.
I don't do that anymore, Maxine. And stop looking at me that way.
This is an independently funded operation. You wouldn't have to deal with DCF at all. What way do you mean?
The way you look when you want something from me.
I'd almost forgotten about that look.
I like what I'm doing.
But you missed the kids. You were in it for the kids back. And no one was better than you, not even me.
Maxine.
Not that you aren't an impressive carpenter, but there are a lot of people who can hammer and saw. There are very few people who can get an abandoned, angry child to listen, let alone hope.
What would it pay?
More than you're making now.
Where's the funding coming from?
We're working on that.
You get your money, and you come back and see me.
I certainly will.
You are good.
So, I read all about Pamela's adventures. School detentions and suspensions, DUIs, driving without a license, numerous runaway attempts, and now this week she's taken up shoplifting. As I understand it, each side is arguing that Pamela's problems are caused by the stress of going back and forth between homes, and each side is arguing that the other side needs to provide the consistent home.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Well, I predict that no one's going to come out of it that easily. Mr. Taylor, what's your story?
Your Honor, Pamela and Lynette don't get along. They never have. Pamela yells at Lynette and calls her names. As you can see, Lynette doesn't need that stress right now.
Well, Mrs. Taylor, do you have any medical condition that would make stress dangerous to you or the baby?
No, Your Honor, no medical condition. But it's hard being my age and pregnant for the first time and working.
I'm sure it is. Mrs. McGrath, what are things like when Pamela's at your house?
Your Honor, we've tried everything. Curfews, taking away the computer, the phone, the television. We've spent, I can't tell you how much time and money in therapy. Pamela is a constant disruption in our house. She's a horrible influence on the younger children.
Who are all Pamela's step-siblings?
That's correct, Your Honor. 3 boys.
Your Honor, we just want some peace in our house.
So do we, Your Honor.
Okay. Where's Pamela now?
She's at school.
What time will Pamela be joining us here tomorrow, Mr. Van Exel?
11 a.m.
11 a.m., everyone. Thank you. Okay. What is available for discussion?
The Middle East is always good for a chuckle.
Or we could talk about what we did last night. You go first.
Okay, I finished reading Killing Pablo, and then I set the sleep timer to the History Channel.
It sounds like something somebody would do alone.
I told you it was a seduction ritual.
Well, something interesting must have happened in between dinner and the History Channel.
You know, it's bad for your digestion to eat lunch while your employer grills you about your personal life.
Okay, it's even worse for your digestion to be a repressed, uptight Catholic.
Would you please tell me how the hell this became about religion?
Yesterday you accused me of being a tramp.
No, you accused yourself. I had a bad evening. Didn't work out the way I planned, and it's highly possible I was a jerk. That's as much as I'm willing to tell anyone right now, even a close friend.
Okay, we're gonna varnish this one today, and I'll frame it for you. Otherwise, you'll still be repainting that rock until your grandchildren are taking lessons from me.
So how long have you had this place?
This place, about 3 years. 5 other places before this one.
Each place bigger than the last?
Yes, I've been lucky. In the kind of way that people are lucky when they work their butts off for a lot of years.
Is that why you don't have a family? The long hours? I mean, what?
You're not very good at this.
Good at what?
When a happily married woman is asking questions geared to find out how well I'm doing financially, or whether or not I'm dating, it's because she has a friend or a sister or a cousin she wants to fix up with me.
I'm just making conversation. I'm curious. I'm bad at this.
Friend, cousin, or sister?
Sister-in-law. She's a judge.
Hmm.
She's smart, she's funny, she's beautiful. I mean, the way you like it, feisty. She just has horrible taste in men.
So you thought you'd like me?
Okay, I'm really bad at this.
Jillian, it's good that you're bad at this. I'm not an accountant. I don't get fixed up on blind dates. People try, and I say no thanks. I do reckless, artistic things, like fall for happily married women who are terrified of the unconventional. I guess I like the challenge.
Why didn't you wake me up?
Well, you said you wanted to sleep late.
Late, yes, but not late.
Well, be more specific next time. Or here's a radical thought, set the alarm clock. Honey.
What? Why are you so prickly this morning?
I'm not prickly. I'm also, it appears, not as boring as I've been led to believe.
You're not boring, honey. What are you talking about?
My art teacher, Mr. Find Your Inner Feisty Woman. I think he made a pass at me.
What do you mean you think?
did. He made a pass at me.
This is the guy you wanted to fix up with Amy?
I was trying to. But then he said he didn't want to meet her because he'd already fallen for me.
He said that?
Well, you don't have to sound so surprised.
I'm not. I mean, someone should make a pass at you. I mean, it makes sense. Well, you're not going to that class anymore.
Yes, Peter. I figured that out.
Look, I'm late. Talk about this when I get home.
How is it going back and forth between homes?
Daddy and Lynette are all into the baby, and Mom is busy trying to make sure that Frank's kids like her.
And that's what's causing all your problems?
I'm just saying.
Well, I noticed from your records that your grades started slipping a year before your parents divorced.
Yeah, that was probably when they were fighting all the time.
Okay. So you've been under a lot of stress for a long time, and it might not let up anytime soon. I'm sure someone has explained to you that everyone has problems and stress. And meanwhile, you cannot keep disrupting two households.
Isn't that why we're here? To decide which household I get to disrupt?
We're here to determine which situation is in your best interest.
That is such a load of crap.
No, you don't know what a load of crap is until you've spent a night in detention. Do you want to add that experience to your resume?
Look, neither of them wants me. Fine. But every time I run away, they haul me back and fight over who has to take me. What am I supposed to do?
So, has Barry Crumble called you yet?
You're changing the subject.
Yes, I am.
No, he hasn't, but that's fine because I hate all men anyway. It's your turn. What's still wrong?
Maybe it wasn't ever about the reservation. Maybe it was more about what she was wearing.
You didn't approve of her outfit?
Oh, I approved. But when she put that dress on, she was already envisioning it lying on the bedroom floor.
Are we getting back to the part where you're not repressed and uptight?
I'm not. You know what I am? I'm a guy whose girlfriend got pregnant, okay? When I was a second-year law student. Did I ever mention that? I dropped out to get a job to support Mia and the baby. I thought we'd get married. And after Rebecca was older, I'd go back and finish law school. But that never happened because Mia had other ideas. Lots of other ideas.
You really like this woman?
Yes.
Enough to be scared of her.
Yes.
So no one called? Amy, you're acting as if you're in high school. I'm not. That was mature. Hello? Oh, yeah, hey, Michael. No, it's okay. No, a slumber party sounds reasonable. Does she have enough friends in Manhattan for a slumber party? Oh? No, if the parents are willing to drive that far. Yeah, it's okay. Thanks for running it by me. Goodbye. I guess Michael and Lisa are having a slumber party for Lauren.
Oh, I'm sure she'll enjoy that. And thank God we can avoid it.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe I just don't like her being with them on her birthday.
You don't have to like it, Amy.
I gotta rule on this really ooky case tomorrow.
What? I know that you can't discuss the Uki case, so I'm acknowledging that I heard you.
Can we discuss a hypothetical situation?
As long as that's what it is.
Well, let's just say there's a situation wherein neither parent wants custody of a minor, and the minor is such a giant pain that you can't really blame either parent.
I suppose King Solomon would say that both parents deserve to have their lives ruined equally.
Well, they've been trying to do that, but now they're arguing that maybe the kid's behavior might be improved if she had a more consistent environment.
The hypothetical parents are arguing?
Okay, forget it.
Well, honey.
No, you're right. You're right.
Take a look at this.
What is it?
One of those behavioral modification places for teens. You know, troubled, hypothetical teens.
I thought you hated these places.
Well, at least this one's in town, and they don't make them sleep in the woods or howl at anything.
Don't you ever get mad at Jared?
What? Why would I?
He let you go. He didn't fight for you.
Jared and I are adults. We made an adult decision together.
Still, you kind of expect the fight, don't you?
This is childish, Amy.
I was just being rhetorical. It's the first cousin of hypothetical. Whatever happened to writing book reports on pieces of notebook paper?
What do you mean?
Well, your last report was a mobile, and the one before that was a 3D castle with a moat. When I was in school, doing a book report didn't require a trip to the art supply store.
Wasn't that boring?
No, because the book report actually had to do with the book.
Hey, Taylor, wait up!
Hey, Lauren.
Bye, Mom.
Amy! Hi. I just want to say thank you. Taylor is excited out of her mind about Lauren's birthday party.
Well, actually, Michael is throwing the party this year.
Oh, no, I know. I just assumed you were, helping with the expense.
Nope, it's his turn for that, too.
Wow. He must be doing really well.
He's doing well enough to throw a slumber party. I'm really glad Taylor can go. I wasn't sure how folks would feel about driving to Manhattan for a birthday party.
Are you kidding? I just wish I could go to the party. In fact, I'm thinking about volunteering to help chaperone.
Seriously?
Oh, I want to see the looks on those kids' faces. I mean, didn't you have that fantasy as a kid, spending the night in a toy store?
Toy store?
Oh. I hope I'm not... The slumber party's at FAO Schwartz. I thought you knew. I'm late for an appointment. It's really nice seeing you.
I'm on their website, Michael. I know exactly how much you're paying for this extravaganza. You could buy a car for that.
You know what the website says. You don't know how much I'm paying. And frankly, Amy, it's none of your damn business.
How is it none of my...
Judge Gray, I was wondering, can I ask you for a favor?
No.
No?
No, it is not the right time to ask me for a favor.
Okay. Thanks.
Just go ahead and tell me what the favor is.
I'm scared too.
Well, don't be. I'm not mad at you.
Who are we mad at?
Man! No, not you. Donna, did you know that you could throw a slumber party at FAO Schwartz? Not just you, but any fool who wants to and who's willing to part with 5 figures worth of income.
Wow.
It's not wow. It's disgusting.
Ooh.
If you were my ex-husband, would you spend that much money just to get back at me?
Well, if I were your ex-husband, apparently I might.
Judge Gray, we've got that sentencing hearing in 10 minutes.
Boy, I wouldn't want to be sentenced by me in 10 minutes, would you?
No. Yes. Oh, hey, boy.
And
And so we decided it would make more sense to secure funding from one corporation rather than try to juggle the interests of all the benefactors on top of trying to run the facility. Since your company is well known for its local charitable contributions, we thought of you as our logical first choice.
I drive by Teen Harbor every day, Mrs. Gray. I've seen the so-called children. The ones with the orange and green hair and the dog collar chains.
Yes, I know how they look. I also know who they are. The fact is, the vast majority of homeless teens are on the street because they don't have another choice. Without a place like Teen Harbor, they are at the mercy of the elements, the perverted predators, and yes, they are at the mercy of their own idiotic teenage judgment. But if you were to spend some time with them, you would realize they really are children.
That's all very heartwarming, but we're not the Salvation Army. Before I write a check, you have to tell me what's in it for me, what's in it for my business.
Publicity. You said it yourself, you drive by Teen Harbor every day. So do thousands of other people. We could put a big sign out front with your logo on it and rename it Hudson Brothers Teen Harbor. You could persuade people to associate your company with the betterment of mankind. I mean, let's face it, not everyone has warm, fuzzy memories of filing an insurance claim.
All rise.
Well, I have before me one of the saddest predicaments that a person in my position can confront. An unwanted child. I usually don't put it in such stark terms in front of said child, but in this case, the minor in question is at an important threshold. It's the place right before maturity, right before reality. The place where she needs to confront the truth about herself and her situation. Pamela, I am talking to you. I am sorry for what you're going through. I am sorry that your parents are trying to get you out of their respective houses. But after talking with you, I understand it. A baby deserves unconditional love. A child deserves unconditional love. But you are getting to the place where no one has to appreciate you just because you exist. You are obligated to behave in a way that makes people care about you. And the easiest way to do that is to start caring about them. Okay, well, I'm not going to modify the custody agreement at this time. I have examined Pamela's probation record, and based on the circumstances of her most recent arrest, I have grounds right now to lock her up. But instead of detention, I am hereby ordering Pamela to spend 30 days in a behavior modification rehab program.
What? You mean like camping and crap? Mom, you're not gonna let them send me to some rehab place, are you? Daddy, please. Daddy.
Pamela, if I were you, I'd work very hard at this.
I know I was supposed to call, but I wanted to say this in person.
But do you want to come inside?
No, it's short. You don't know me all that well. You don't know my history. It's not that I don't think that you're, I need for things to proceed more. Look, Rebecca's mother called all the shots, and I followed her lead for a decade. By the end, she had lost all respect for me, and so had I. I'm not going down that road again. So I'll spend the night when and if we decide it's time.
Okay.
Okay. So that's what I wanted to say.
All right.
I'll call you.
Good night.
Good night. Okay, it's time.
Okay. Let's go.
Where?
Get Ned's jacket. We're going for a ride.
Peter, what are you gonna do? Please don't make a scene in front of Ned.
Jillian. And this must be...
This must be her husband, the boring, conventional insurance agent. And this is Ned, our boring, conventional toddler. You know what really irks the hell out of me? People like you who call themselves free-spirited artists and think that justifies any way they want to behave, when the truth is, you're nothing more than a common, everyday scoundrel trying to guilt my wife into having an affair with you by convincing her she's boring if she says no. I told Jillian she has to stop taking your classes, but you know, that's really not fair, because she loves painting, and why should she have to stop? So I'm here to tell you, if you say one more disrespectful word to her, I'm gonna drive back over here and make you sorry. Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. You know, I really don't feel like driving back over here. And there are plenty of places where Jillian can take art classes.
Well, another day down the drain.
How did your hypothetical case work out?
I used your hypothetical advice. The girl was a pain. I felt bad for her. Nobody wanted her. Nobody was willing to fight.
That happens.
How do you know when to give up?
What are we hypothetically giving up on?
Men.
In answer to your earlier question, of course I'm mad at Jared. My fantasy was that he would give up his whole financial empire to have me. But it was a fantasy, Amy. Something I entertained. I know that's not the way things actually work.
You ever worry that you're becoming the kind of person who isn't worth the fight?
No, I don't worry about that. I feel that my only job in life is to be who I am.
can't you just let me hate men? Why can't you hate them with me?
Because it's kind of pleasant.
Hating them?
No, missing them.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime. Can Amy get to the bottom of a teenager's beating? Find out on Judging Amy. Next on TNT.
Grandma,
I'm putting batteries in my new pager.
that's not what I was going to ask.
All right. What were you going to ask?
What's cheating?
It's to be dishonest, to get something you don't deserve by unfair means.
No, I mean, like, did my daddy cheat?
In what way do you mean?
Is there more than one way?
Just jump in anytime you think it appropriate.
Lauren, your daddy's a very, very good man, and he would never cheat.
Brandy's mom and dad got a divorce because her father cheated.
Perhaps on his income tax.
No, it's a sex thing. Is cheating why you and Daddy got a divorce?
You guys always have this kind of discussion at breakfast?
No, we don't. In fact, this is more of a nighttime discussion because I gotta get to work.
How do you cheat at sex?
Alcohol, music, and Viagra.
Kyle, don't help.
Why are you home?
Giggleburger fired me. 5 a.m. I'm there scraping desiccated animal crud off the grill, and Desmond tells me I don't meet minimum Giggleburger appearance standards. To scrape animal crud. Harsh words were exchanged, and I'm terminated with extreme prejudice. But hey, I get severance pay, so everything's good.
I hope it's enough to cover your rent, which is one day overdue. Ditto, by the way.
Don't worry, MX. I got job interviews lined up from here to where Gandhi lost his diaper, including with your boss, Mr. Popper.
That's Potter. I hope you find time to shower and shave and put on a tie. I have to leave.
No, Mom. What about Lauren? I'm running late already.
I'm sorry, Amy. I have a suicide attempt at the hospital.
I can take Lauren to school.
In your jalopy?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I can take her on the bus.
I would prefer she not get a tutorial on infidelity and performance-enhancing drugs.
I can still hear you.
Lauren, if I let you go with Cousin Kyle, do you promise not to discuss anything with him?
We'll communicate solely through interpretive dance and glottal clicks.
If someone's brought in semi-conscious and hypothermic after trying to drown himself, we call it a suicide attempt.
He did not try to kill himself.
The boy jumped into the river tied to a sack full of rocks.
By a slip knot.
He used a slip knot.
Yeah, I could have pulled the rope at any time shot to the surface.
Rob is determined to set the world record for breath holding. So far, he's had the good sense to do it in public pools.
Lifeguards panic and pull you out. They can't comprehend staying in the water for 7 minutes and 48 seconds.
What?
That's not possible.
That's the world record. I was over a minute and 30 seconds someone pulled me out and wrecked the effort.
Could I speak to you for a moment? Perhaps I should speak directly to the boy's foster mother.
Yes, you should. But she's only had him for 3 weeks, and I've been his supervisor for 3 years. High-spirited, certainly. Daredevil, perhaps, but not suicidal.
When a 14-year-old boy tries to stay underwater for over 7 minutes, sooner or later he's gonna die. That's what's going in my report. You should take another look at the situation and see it for what it is. A call for help, at best. And at worst, a suicide attempt.
Sorry. Good morning, Judge Keeler.
A favor to ask.
Up to you entirely. Of course, no need to let the superior-subordinate relationship unduly influence your decision.
Wow, that sounds serious.
Request permission to observe you at work.
Why?
Of course, if it makes you uncomfortable.
No, no. Why would it make me uncomfortable?
Exactly. Why would it?
What would I do without you?
Funny you should ask, because I really appreciate a day off.
Oh, yeah, I guess if it's absolutely necessary, but
But what?
Judge Keeler's observing me all day.
Even the presiding judge has to ask your permission.
He did.
And you said yes?
What, he must have used some sort of hypno-ray from his home planet on me.
If you're saying it's not convenient, then I'll stay.
I'll owe you one.
Nonsense. It's my job. See you in court.
Your Honor, my client, Stephen Bellaris, is 17 years old and wishes the court to grant him emancipation. His father, Thomas Bellaris, was gravely injured in a fall at a quarry and currently lies in a coma at Hartford General.
I'm sorry that must be very difficult.
Since his father's accident 6 weeks ago, Stevie has effectively taken over the family business.
That's entirely correct. Stevie's done a great job. You get no argument from me on that.
Your Honor, this is Carrie Bellaris, Thomas' wife, and Stevie's stepmother.
I take it you object to Mr. Bellaris' petition to be declared an emancipated adult?
That's entirely correct.
And what is the family business?
Bellaris, slate and marble. Floors, walls, patios, and the like.
Has your desire to be emancipated got anything to do with family business?
Yes, Your Honor, it does.
That's entirely incorrect. The business will be Stevie's. I make no claim on it. He wants to keep me on. It's totally his decision.
So what are we talking about here?
Stevie figures if you make him a man officially, then he'll be able to legally contest in a court of law my medical decision as a wife to keep Tommy plugged in.
Your Honor, my client disagrees with his stepmother's decision to keep his father alive.
By a machine breathing for it. By pumping food down a tube.
Your Honor, there are several more pressing reasons to grant emancipation, including insurance considerations attached to a minor running a company and the inability of a minor to enter into a legal contract.
Your Honor, my dad and I had this conversation hundreds of times. My mom died slow, and he and I both agreed. If it comes down to it, pull the plug.
Hi, nice to meet
Oh, for heaven's sake, what is it?
Nothing.
It's about Robert Byrd.
Apparently, the hospital psychiatrist did a write-up on him.
Yes, and it's being delivered this afternoon.
I took the liberty of picking it up myself. Even if you're angry with me for taking a proactive stance on the kid, I'm sure you're interested in the results. Would you like me to boil it down?
Preferably in a cauldron of oil.
Why don't you go be proactive in another location?
I understand the Northwest Territories of Canada are low on proactive types.
You know, Keely's really just very keen and eager and enthusiastic.
Officious, solipsistic, smug.
The psych report suggests that Robert suffers from extremely low self-esteem. Abandoned by the mother, physically and emotionally abused by the father. How many times have you had to go to the emergency room to check on him?
In 4 years? 9 times?
You have to admit that does seem a little self-destructive.
Is this the copy for the file?
Mm-hmm. Due to my personal regard for you, I shall be openly scornful of Kimberly in the next staff meeting.
I'm really beginning to appreciate your management style, Sean. But I'm afraid in this case, Kimberly may be right.
How am I doing so far?
Oh, Judge Gray, not evaluating, perish the thought.
Do not.
Observing totally without prejudice.
Excuse me, Judge Gray.
Yes?
I'm Officer Letitia Sitz.
Are you in trouble with the police?
No. Am I?
No, I'm approaching you on a matter of a more personal nature. I would like you to preside over my divorce ceremony.
You want me to divorce you?
No, Your Honor, me and Leo's already split. But what we want is a sort of reverse wedding ceremony. Read about it. It's all in here. Take your time. Go ahead. See how all the celebrities are doing it? And I'll be in touch.
A reverse wedding?
A word to the wise, accepting money from a police officer, even for something which seems innocent or flaky, might have the appearance of impropriety. I believe we have a delinquency trial.
So why do you think Miss Raffaello attacked you with a baseball bat?
Yo, son, I'm about it. Chickenhead Bama probably on crack or something. Yo, did you check her blood?
Miss Kirschman.
Just answer the question, Mr. Modest.
Fat-ass duck beat me on the leg with a Louisville slugger, all right?
Mr. Morris, please don't refer to the defendant as a fat-ass duck. In fact, let's lose the gang swagger altogether. I
was walking home from church, right? Some of my woadies. We see this bitch mean mugging. We see her giving us the evil eye. So we talk some trash forth and back. Next thing we know, she goes completely off her hinges like Sammy Sosa on crack. We could have took her out, you feel me? Said my mom's told me never to beat on no girlies, no matter how large.
Well, that's very wise of your mom's.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Cullen?
As you returned from church with your fellow choir boys, did you have a dog on a rope?
Nope.
Did you kick the dog?
Wasn't no dog to kick.
But you are aware that a number of dogs have been thrown off the overpass the preceding week.
Your Honor, relevance?
Establishing extenuating circumstances, Your Honor.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Answer the question.
Yeah, I heard something like that. Useless strays, probably. Ain't got nothing to do with me, though.
That doctor's nuts. I don't have a death wish.
Good. I believe you. But no more breath-holding stunts.
That's my main goal in life.
Rob, the hospital psychiatrist is considering holding you for observation on the psychiatric ward. Don't make me agree with him. Would you excuse me for just a minute? How did he do?
Well, I have to admit, I'm intrigued. Your nephew is really smart.
But?
To be honest, he seemed a little indifferent. And no offense, but I see a lot of these rehab guys looking for redemption. You know what I mean. Yeah, on the other hand, though, his life experience could be a real asset with street kids.
You mean growing up rich and spoiled and stoned?
Oh, he's traveled the world and jumped out of airplanes and raced motorcycles. He was one of those lunatic free divers. Yeah, boys especially respond well to that sense of adventure. In the proper setting, he could be a real asset.
But this is not the proper place.
Right now, there's really nothing available here anyway. But, I'll put him on my list.
Are all three victims of the assault familiar to you, Detective Jabon?
Yes, Carl Mayers, Rodney Linzer, Calvin Locke, they're all members in good standing with the BK Deuces street gang, which is affiliated with the Vice Lords.
And is there any indication that throwing dogs off of overpasses into freeway traffic is some kind of gang activity?
Well, it's true there's been a rash of canine deaths in the neighborhood, but if I had to guess, I'd say it was just some random sickos getting their jollies.
Is Alyssa Raffaello a member of the BK Deuces?
My opinion? No.
Is she a member of any other gang?
In my opinion, Ms. Raffaello is jumping for the Albany Maniacs.
And what would that entail?
It's called Blood In. She would have to beat someone.
Someone from a rival gang?
Typically, yeah.
And finally, Detective, what gang would you characterize as having the most intense rivalry with the Albany Maniacs?
That would have to be the BK Deuces.
Thank you, Detective.
He just sits back there, watching everything, taking notes. I don't think he likes the way I handle objections.
Judge Gray, if you don't mind, I really have to get going.
Big day tonight?
Sure, with a proctor. I have to write an exam.
Tonight?
3 hours of pure logic, so I like to grab something to eat before.
Oh, is that why you wanted the day off, to study logic?
You needed me?
Well, not that much.
Then why didn't you let me go?
Well, I don't know. I thought you wanted the day off to get a massage or test drive a car or something. You should have told me it was something important.
Judge Gray, you should know by now if I ask you for the day off, it won't be for something frivolous. I'll see you tomorrow.
I did really well in pure logic. I could have helped you.
Kyle, there's a boy I'd like you to meet.
Just because I'm not currently dating doesn't mean I'm not straight.
Brandy's father cheated with another man, so they got a divorce.
Another man? Really?
Why did you and Daddy get a divorce?
I need your particular expertise in dealing with this boy.
Aunt Max, my particular expertise currently consists of being able to pick up things with my toes.
Well, we've been through this before. People can love each other, but not be able to live together.
So you still love Daddy?
We all love each other, honey.
Could we go tonight?
What do I have to do?
Talk to him about suicide and death wishes.
Well, why didn't you say so? I'm your man.
It doesn't make sense. If you love somebody, why don't you want to be with them all the time?
Lauren, honey, we grew apart. It was time to move on. There are things that happen between adults.
Don't look at me. You've never actually explained the whole mess to me either.
Did Daddy cheat with Leisha before your divorce?
Lauren, I'm going to explain that to you, really, but I just need some time to get my thoughts together.
Think you can hold your breath for 7 minutes and 48 seconds?
No, that's the current record. I need to hold my breath for 7 minutes and 49 seconds to beat it.
Tell him your personal best.
2 minutes, give or take.
5 minutes short? That's a significant chunk of time.
Yeah, no, I know I can do it.
Or die trying. You know, Rob, Kyle has done some free diving.
How did you know that?
Which apparently involves riding a 200-pound sled straight down into the ocean without benefit of oxygen tanks before inflating a balloon to rocket back to the surface.
That's sick.
Yes, indeed it is. Tell him why you did it.
Why did I do it?
Perhaps because you wanted to get even with a controlling and tyrannical father.
Or perhaps it was to impress a girl with an incredible set of lungs.
Look, I don't want to dive to the bottom of the ocean. I just want to hold my breath longer than anyone ever has.
What I would like to understand is why.
Do you, by any chance, have a controlling and tyrannical father?
My father's dead. I mean, he was a Navy SEAL, though. He could hold his breath for 3 minutes underwater. I timed it myself.
Maybe what you need is a coach.
Maybe what he needs is another activity. Why not soccer? Soccer happens to be the fastest growing sport in the nation.
Forget it. I don't need a coach. I can do this on my own.
Rob, if your goal is to find a creative way to kill yourself, then you don't need help. On the other hand, if your goal is to set a world record, you will accept guidance from a responsible adult.
Wait, I'm the responsible adult?
Which is it?
What you really wanted was for me to help the kid. Why trot out all that lame father psychology? Oh, God, for your information, I gave up trying to impress my father at about age 9.
And you went to medical school for yourself, not for him.
You know, you're easily as manipulative as Dad is. Maybe it's genetic.
It wasn't about you, Kyle. Not all of it. Rob told us what he really wants, and I responded to it.
He really wants to break the world record for holding his breath, which will kill him, and I get to help.
He doesn't really care about the world record. His self-esteem was erased by a cruel and abusive father. That's the only record he needs to break.
3 minutes?
Well, when it comes to boys and their father, it doesn't take Sigmund Freud.
Might be doable.
Good.
So the father stuff really was about him.
If you want to get anywhere with Sean Potter, you're going to have to try hard.
What, the wardrobe again? I'm going for that world-weary, I got street cred look.
You've accomplished the self-destructive, I don't give a damn look. Hey, how'd you do?
Now what?
Your logic exam. Did you pass?
Of course I passed.
Oh, thank God. Large coffee black. Coming up.
But in order to retain my child care grant, I have to maintain an 85% average. Could be close.
Oh, Bruce, I'm so sorry. I really am.
My child care costs are not your concern.
Oh. Judge Gray. Oh, Officer Sitz. This is Bruce Van Exel, my CSO.
Oh.
Right. Officer Sitz wants me to officiate at her reverse wedding now that her divorce is final.
Oh, I'm sorry?
Don't be. It'll be the best thing that's ever happened to both of us. So, did you get a chance
Yes,
to look?
yes. I read the articles, and despite the celebrities, I have to say the idea of a reverse wedding, I don't want to say the word satanic.
Enough said, Judge Ray. No pressure. It's just something we're doing for the kids. But thank you for even considering. Sitz, Letitia, badge number 5781. But I gotta warn you, Q-Ball, I got 3 kids.
Reverse wedding?
Q-Ball?
Ah, Judge Gray. Are we ready?
Morning, Judge Keeler.
Still on the same assault case, are we?
You think I'm dragging my feet?
Well, the child has already pleaded guilty to assault. It's hard to imagine how spending half a day on her motivations will have any significant impact on your sentence.
What? You think I'm sucking up, that I want his approval? Well, I don't really, but he's my boss. I have to maintain a relationship with him.
I'm just wondering why you think it has to be a good relationship.
Hers? Up in the Maniacs? Bump that on me, nah.
Why are you being so insistent that Alyssa Raffaello is not being asked to join the Maniacs?
Peep game, right? Albany Maniacs got style. Albany Maniacs be getting our swerve on. We yoked, you feel me? But that mud duck right there is toe up from the flow up. So miss me with all that.
So she's not up to Albany Maniac standards.
Hey, it's mac and cheese. She smashed on the Deuce Boys with a bat. But, that don't make her no maniac.
Yo, you shut your mouth talking anything.
What, maybe you want to jack me?
Man, you need to shut up, man.
What, look at you. You can't even walk. Beat up my girl. Beat up and stop it right now.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Gershman?
Your Honor, I have no questions because the testimony of a confessed gang member is already so nugatory as to be meaningless.
Nice use of the word nugatory, Miss Gershman, despite the irony that your main witness is also a confessed gang member. Are we done?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you may step down. Well, Alyssa Raffaello committed an assault. Mr. Cullum says she did it to save dogs from torture and death. Unfortunately, no one seems to have seen that dog. And Ms. Gershman maintains that the dog is a fabrication and that Miss Raffaello committed the assault to curry favor with the gang. Miss Raffaello, do you have anything to add?
Those boys, they were tossing dogs off the overpass. They got high in the COVID and they caught the dogs with the meatball sandwiches. They kicked them, broke their tails, and then threw them down the highway laughing. So I got me a bat. That's the truth.
And you are totally unrepentant, Miss Raffaello?
What's that?
You're not sorry for what you did?
Just because those dogs didn't have no friends, it don't make it fine to hurt them. I mean, that's Jesus' golden rule. Are you familiar with that?
I am.
I was doing Jesus' golden rule. I mean, you want to put me in jail, that's your lookout. But if I was going to be in a gang, it'd be a gang that was nice to dogs.
Well, nonetheless, hurting those boys was wrong, Miss Raffaello.
If you'd have been there, you might have done the same.
Well, judges are never there, Miss Raffaello. I'm not sure we ever really get all the facts, but sometimes we get to the truth of the matter, and that's as important as facts. So, Mr. Raffaello, I am finding you delinquent in the assaults of Carl Maris, Rodney Linzer, and Calvin Locke. I'm turning you over to DCF with a recommendation for 1 year confinement at Long Lane. I am suspending that sentence.
What's that mean?
Well, you can ask your lawyer for details, but basically it means that if you ever hit anyone with a baseball bat again, then you will be going to jail.
If I see them boys throwing dogs off the overpass, I'm going to jail.
Well, I am requiring as a condition of your probation that you donate 500 hours to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. There you will come into contact with people who specialize in helping animals without using a baseball bat. You will either take advantage of that situation and seek other ways to help than kneecapping sociopaths, or you will go to jail.
Are you being kind of nice to me?
Well, judges are never nice, Miss Raffaello. But we do try to be fair.
So cheating is when you love two people at the same time.
Only if you lie about it. Like telling two people they're both your only best friend.
Oh, so a person shouldn't do that.
Hey, Lauren, why don't you go upstairs?
Why?
Oh, I'll be up. I asked you not to talk to Lauren about my divorce.
I spoke only in generic terms. I didn't say anything like your father ran off with a younger woman.
That's not what happened.
And I didn't say it, so everything's good.
The point is that it's up to me to show Lauren the world, not her return from the dead junkie second cousin once removed, or whatever the hell you are.
I prefer the term recovering junkie.
I'm sorry I hurt your feelings.
Hey, my first 3 days of rehab were in detox.
Yeah. It was very traumatic, hell on earth. I know the whole rehab routine.
Part of the whole process is to realize that we don't hurt anyone.
Any more than you hurt yourself. I told you. I know the whole rehab routine.
What did I ever do to you?
Think back on the summer of '92. The summer when Vincent spent time with you in the city.
I was 19 years old.
And Vincent was barely 16. And you promised my mother that you would show him the world. I don't even know how you can look her in the face.
We were teenagers. I had my first apartment. We got into a little trouble. Newsflash, Judge Grave boys do that.
Yeah, newsflash, Kyle. Vincent never recovered.
Oh, I get it. So the homecoming queen, valedictorian, overachiever was a little embarrassed when her brother didn't live up to her standards, and by some weird osmosis, it's my fault?
Isn't part of your process to admit your failings? To make amends? Tell me, Kyle, how are you going to make amends for Vincent?
You want me to make amends to you for something that you think I did to somebody else? That's not even in the book.
You still don't know about consequences, and that is why I want you to stay the hell away from my daughter.
Judges judge. I guess that's your nature.
I was there that night, Kyle. You remember? I helped to clean up your mess. I know the truth about you.
What about redemption?
Let's just say it's not something you see every day.
I'm sorry I spoke to Lauren. But she doesn't understand what your divorce has to do with her.
It has nothing to do with her.
I'm the child of a divorce. You're wrong. It's your job to show Lauren the world, fine. Maybe you better get working on that.
You can always uninvite them.
Presiding judges are like vampires. Once they're over the threshold, here's lunch.
Judge Gray, it's not always necessary, even desirable for people to like you.
People generally like me, Bruce. It's not my fault, it's a curse. It doesn't mean I won't stand up for myself when the time is right.
Hey, I got your page.
You got my what?
No, actually, Officer Stitz, that was me. I wanted you to know that I would be, honored to perform your divorce ceremony, unless you've already found someone else.
Judge Gray, thank you. Thank you so much. So, just to be clear, you didn't page me. The 3 kids scared you off, right? I understand.
She chose me because you have a great rear end.
Yes, I do.
Hey, I've been thinking about what you said.
About uninviting Keeler.
No, about how your every utterance is profound and meaningful.
I don't think I said that.
Judge Gray, you should know by now that I wouldn't ask unless it was important.
It was important.
Because every time you ask for something, it's important? Well, how would I know? You never ask for anything.
Then logically, when I do, you should know it's important.
You want to play the logic game with me, mister? Fine. What you just said is called a fallacy of distraction.
Which one?
It's a false dilemma in which 2 answers are given when in fact there are 3 options.
If it were a logical fallacy, then it would be an inductive fallacy.
Why? Because the conclusion of a strong inductive argument is denied despite all evidence?
Yes.
Then I rest my case.
That's great. I just won this argument.
You won the argument about logic by trumping my semantic fallacy of distraction syllogism with your logical fallacy confession. But you admitted that your basic argument was founded on an inductive fallacy, so I won the actual argument.
Judge Gray, I apologize for not telling you why I need the time off.
And you are especially sorry for making me feel bad about it later.
Anything else?
If you two can spare some time from whatever the hell it is you're doing here, perhaps we can get on with our work.
What is it about presiding judges? They all hate me.
I'd say he's putting together a brown file on you.
What's a brown file?
A record of blunders to use against you at a later date.
Why do they call it a brown file?
You have the big brain. Think about it.
Thomas Bellaris was severely injured in a 30-foot fall at a quarry. His back is broken. He has internal damage, but it's his brain injury which will eventually prove fatal.
What is Thomas Bellaris' prognosis, Dr. Miglia?
On the Glasgow coma scale, we put Thomas Bellaris at a 4. A score of 8 or less means the patient is comatose. A GCS score of 3, 4, or 5 has a mortality rate of 76% and higher. In Thomas Bellaris' case, he has severe cerebral compression and temporal lobe tentorial herniation.
Is he in pain?
He is absolutely insensitive to pain.
Will he ever regain consciousness?
It's highly unlikely. I'm sorry, son.
It's not news to me. In my heart, I already accepted this. Tell it to her.
Thank you, Doctor. I think I get the point.
May I say something to the boy on the record?
Please.
It wasn't your fault. It wasn't your fault that he fell. It wasn't your fault that it took so long to get to the hospital. You can't take this on yourself.
Your Honor, before you rule, I must stress that Tommy Bellaris' condition should not be your sole concern in making this decision.
Yes, Mr. Kalakidis, that's true. Stephen Bellaris is a very impressive young man. I can only imagine how proud his father would be of him. But notwithstanding the several criteria upon which this decision could be made, there is a proverbial elephant in the room, something too big to ignore. No boy your age should have to make the decision to give up on his father. And while I'm impressed by your industry and your maturity, you're 17 years old. And my job is to lighten your burden, not add to it. Therefore, I'm finding that the statutory requirements for emancipation have not been met, and the petition is denied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, Mrs. Bellaris, you are the adult here, and while I have no power over you, it is my opinion that it is time for you to look up from your own grief, see the truth, and act on it. It is evident how much you love your husband. I think you must ask yourself what Tommy Bellaris would want for his son. I am truly sorry for your pain and loss. I'm going to let the ex-wife testify, but only within a narrow band.
Request to appear or subpoena.
Oh, Judge Keeler. Thanks for dropping by. I was wondering how long you intend to camp out in my courtroom.
Wasn't aware of causing a disruption in your process.
Well, let's just say I'm not comfortable.
Your CSO must have work to do.
Would you please excuse us?
You might want to witness, Judge Gray.
Or I might not.
Can't argue with that logic. Judge?
I'd just like to know your agenda.
Assume it's the same as yours, a more responsive, juvenile justice system.
You guys just never let it show, do you?
No idea to what you're referring.
Listen to you. You don't even use pronouns like I or me. You're trying to be invisible.
So, your main complaint is my grammar?
Do you have any comments about my judgments?
Frankly, a little concerned about your letting a violent offender off with such a light sentence, essentially condoning vigilante justice, not to mention denying a completely reasonable petition for emancipation based on pragmatic business exigencies.
I'm being marked for something. I don't know what or why. Yeah, right. I'm sure you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Judge Gray, an enemy isn't an enemy until they take action.
I haven't taken any action.
Yet. One piece of random advice. There are rumblings out there in the world about the relevance of the juvenile justice system. There are bad people who want to see it dismantled. They want it badly enough to make outlandish, unsubstantiated claims against dedicated, distinguished juvenile court justices. Now, if that should happen, it might behoove you to remember whose side you're on. Have a good evening.
We are gathered here together in order to solemnize the dissolution of bonds that were supposed to be eternal. If anyone here knows any reason why these two people should not become unwed, let them speak now or forever hold their peace. Do you, Leo Sitz, vow to remember what was good about your marriage, to love, respect, and honor your ex-wife, Letitia, to place the well-being of your children before all else?
I do.
Now that the east wind chases
Are you ready to break your dad's record?
away, and the sun's try to ball our tears, won't you come with me now? There ain't no time to lose, no more time to be running from our fears. In the best kind of answer has no sound. Don't let this moment pass without taking notes. It's a dream that just falls to the ground. If I tried to explain, the words would stick in my throat. Yes, the best kind of answer has no sound.
Deep breaths, deep breaths.
Did I make it?
It looks like 313.
Yes? Wow! Yes!
I will tell you the truth for the rising of the sun with an answer that has no sound.
So that's basically a divorce.
Basically.
So it's not about sex.
Well, it's a little about sex, but it's more like having a partnership that doesn't work anymore. You can still love the person, but you can't be partners anymore, so you get a divorce. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah. What's an orgasm?
Oh, honey, I'm not sure if I remember. I might have to look it up in a book.
The best kind of love can wash away your pain, and the best kind of answer has no sound.
Coming up next on TNT's Prime Time in the Daytime, there's drama in the courtroom when Amy is served with impeachment papers. Don't miss Judging Amy. Next.
আজকে যদি আব্বু আম্মু যদি আমারে যদি বলতো
Mày đi, bố thắng. Đi gì? Đây rồi, đến được cái dao dòng rồi. Kiếm đồ. Kiếm đồ canh. Tốc độ cao vậy thầy, 130.000 quay thì phải có tốc độ cao ấy. Khiếp 3 thằng tốc độ cao đua nhau à? Anh sắp dừng rồi, anh sắp đến giới hạn. Toàn quỷ đây. Toàn quỷ đua nhau rồi nhớ nhỉ? Sao mình nhường lên nhỉ? Đấy 415 này. Lục mới à? 20 này. Rồi new record. Bảo mà tận 430 quay. Lục mới tận 430 sự là có ai vượt qua được. Một tiền à? Đây add 2. Rồi đây. Rồi xong rồi. Một cái đồ thủ à? Thôi thôi tưởng đi. Đéo có đồ. Thế rồi. Hết rồi. Xì cái xa này. Đéo dài. Là thằng ID cút lắm ạ. Rồi, không phải thằng này. ID cầm cái cút, thằng một con là 2 ạ. Ad 2 không sao. Vừa lại Ad 1 sợ điếc. Hay à, thằng Oan gửi đồ. Không sao, mình có hai bên hai thú tượng mà. Ui, xét nhảy được ấy nhở. Xét 1 ạ. Hỏng rồi, thua. Thua không? Thua không? Thua không? Thua không? Thua không? Thua thì đéo được. Xét vẫn sống mà. Đéo hiểu. Rồi, mình sợ gặp thằng này cút luôn quá. Nếu mà giết được nó gặp nó chắc cút luôn. Khỏe đấy. Chịu rồi. Đánh bài 5, đánh bài xong đấu. Xong đấu Long Vương. Sửa khỏe vãi. Anh kéo đánh được. Anh gặp thằng anh thua luôn. Y lao 3 hoặc là set 2 thì còn có cơ hội. Thấy được thật. Rồi cộng 10 perfect cho tao. Thằng cầm át nhỉ. Thằng này cầm một con át. Nếu ra át 2 cười rất chịu. Ngon thì lớt à. Anh gặp Y lao 3. Rồi gặp thằng này rồi. Gặp thằng ấy rồi. Kệ đi. Thôi anh bay tiếp, anh không quan tâm. Không quan trọng vụ nổ lớn. Đi lê kìa, sợ vãi. Ê thằng Lee Sin xuống đây đấy. Rồi, xong rồi, thua rồi. Đi rồi. Lee Sin xuống đây rồi, Lee Sin đấm đầu đấy. Chết, mày. Ô. Ui. Chịu. Một chết không chết. Nhưng mà con quả tí giết con chít. Quả giết con chít xong là nó chết luôn. Quả chít thì đau đấy. Chôn tao. Bài thằng này cũng khỏe à. Mà 29 chưa chết à? Xong rồi. Gặp cái thằng mạnh nhất rồi. Xong. Đây đi. Đâu có gì nhất rồi. Thôi bài full rồi nhặt xét cơ. Đâu có xét. Thằng xét. Tí ăn thằng này à. Thế quả thì mình sẽ xếp bài lệch sang một chút thì sẽ được. Sẽ xét lui sang góc. Chuẩn không vậy. 700 củ anh sẽ rebirth phát nữa. Còn thiếu 600 củ để rebirth lên 660 à. Anh không có rebirth lên 10 ấy. 400 vòng rồi này. Ông vượt qua kỷ lục 430 quay không? 430 lap nhỉ. 119 20, 23, 24, 25, 26 27, 28, 29, 30. Kỷ lục mới. Đi record. Rồi 233. Kỷ lục mới, qua kỷ lục mới tận 3 lap. Ê thua lại. Phải không? Ê không thua. Không thua. Mày rồi ăn tao. Rồi có top 4 rồi. Có top 4 rồi. Mình sẽ không phải là cái thằng hậu cái D nữa. Mình cần cái gì rồi? Xẻng rồi cái này ra định mệnh. Được. Ây à, ổn thế nhờ. Một cái gì đây, một cái nỏ xiết à. Một cái nỏ xiết rồi. Hay lắm đồ đơn luôn, thằng đéo như thế. Mình đã trả thưởng một đồ. Xét cây đao phép à. Gặp cái thằng này à. Thằng này sẽ phải lưu xuống đây đi. Xong. Để xua thầy Galileo bên kia. Xếp bài láo hả? Phải bay nhanh như ngựa ấy. Phải xếp bài láo thì nó mới phù hợp. Ok. Sự là phù hợp ấy. Không được, không phù hợp rồi. Sắp đi rồi. Sao Ad đứng đây chết nhở? Ê thằng khỏe đấy. Đừng quăng Ad nữa, làm ơn. Thua rồi. Trừ mấy? Trừ 9 à? Trừ 9, binh top 3. Thằng kia bài ấy mạnh phết. Bài đéo gì, tá cái gì. Không biết là khỏe. Chia anh bài đi. Cả tờ nhà anh nữa. 134 ạ. Tới mức lên cho nhiều phết. 135, 36 160, 36 chuẩn. léo ấy. Mày thích lẻ. Tao một tiếng rồi. Hàng kia khởi động à? Hàng kia khởi động một mới à? Chân không? Đấu trường chân ái. Né sự kiện 100 lap à? Tôi vượt qua kỷ lục không ta? Sự cần vượt qua kỷ lục ấy 600 triệu coin thì đi vớt tiếp. Đéo bật auto thì vớt được, đéo thì cũng tiền. Bay chọn ông thầy ơi. Uống nước này 200 lap. Chọn chưa? Ok, không nhận gì được. Đi ai?
ভাই কি দেখেন?
বাইকটা কি আপনার?
হ্যাঁ আমার ভাই কি হইছে?
নাম্বার প্লেট কই?
সেটা দিয়ে আপনার কি দরকার?
রাইট দেন।
হ্যাঁ রাইট দিই, কি হইছে?
বেরিবাদ যাবেন?
না ভাই এই মুহূর্তে বেরিবাদ যাবো না ভাই।
ভাই চলেন না, আমার মায় অসুস্থ।
ভাই আমার রাইড শেষ, আমার পোলার আছে জন্মদিন, আমার তাড়াতাড়ি বাড়ি যাইতে হবে, আমি যাইতে পারবো না। তো আপনি আর একটা রাইড দেখেন, এ নিয়ে যাবে আপনারে।
ভাই বিপদ তার বইলে আসেন, আমার মায় অসুস্থ। ভাই আপনার মা অসুস্থ থাকলে কি একজন হেল্প করতো না?
এই মুহূর্তে ভাই এই বেরিবাদে আমার বাড়িটা থাকলো উল্টা দিকে, আমার যাইতে অনেক দেরি হয়ে যাবে।
ভাই একটু স্যাক্রিফাইস করেন না ভাই, আমার মা অসুস্থ, আপনার মা অসুস্থ থাকলে কি আপনি করতেন না?
আরে
একটু বাড়াই দেবো ভাই, চলেন ভাই।
আরে এই সময় বেরিবাদ কেমনে যাবো
ভাই? আয়ান না, আমি তো আপনার সাথে যাইতেছি ভাই, আমার একটু নামাই দিয়ে আসেন, খুব দরকার ভাই। চলেন ভাই।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে চলেন। ভাই কোন দিকে? ভাই আর কোন দিকে যাবো কোন তো? সেই কখন থেকে তো সামনে সামনে ঘুরতেছে।
মা, শফিককে ডাক দাও।
এখন অনেক রাত হয়েছে।
তাহলে একটা কাজ করো, ওর জন্য একটা কেকের পিস রেখে দাও।
আচ্ছা রাইখা দিব না, কাল সকালে তুই দিয়ে আসিস।
মা, মোমবাতি কই?
মোমবাতি আনতে তো ভুলে গেছি একদম।
তাহলে কাজ করো, বাবাকে আনতে কইয়া দাও।
তোর বাপ কি জানে যে কেক কিনে নিয়ে আসছি? আচ্ছা আগে আসুক, তারপরে দোকানে পাঠাবো নেবো মানে।
তাহলে একটা কাজ করি, আমি নিজে গিয়ে নিয়ে আসি।
ছোট মানুষের রাতে বেলা বাইরে যাওয়া নিষেধ তোরে শিখাইছি না?
তাহলে আবার একটা কাজ করো, বাবাকে ফোন দিয়ে কইয়া দাও বেলুন আনতে, আর বলবা যে তাড়াতাড়ি আসতে।
আর একটু অপেক্ষা করি, হ্যাঁ তারপর কমুনি।
Một video 1 ngày 5 tháng 7 2024 bên Chilling Let's Go White. Mình sẽ bay tiếp cho các em xem nhé. Ok, để tự lại. Anh sẽ hiện một chút. Mình sẽ kiếm 50 củ để 50 củ để luôn tiếp lên chiến sĩ nhất. Ê, nếu lái được thẳng quá, chôn quá. Lái thẳng rồi. Chi xong rồi phải không? Mày hù tỏ. Đùa, mày đùa. Thôi, kệ kệ cho mày tự đi. Chuyển thuyết tăng trưởng mày. xa sửa binh nhé. Ok, thật ra được 3 cùng 47 chỉ không? Cộng 3,17 nhân trừ 20%. Rồi tầm chơi động 20%. Đây là nạp chút năng lượng trôi qua bả bản thân. Vậy thì 127 triệu đồng nào. 127 triệu quét à. Đây chơi lên đây, đổi 2 cái màu vàng. Rồi xong. Bay cao như thầy. Mình kéo ấy. Xếp thằng này quỷ à, ác quỷ vô ba đùa tao cái này nó là kiểu rồi chết rồi đi kìa 2 phút hơn của pháo mày cộng 10 cho thầy. Đùa tao thế mà không được làm mày nào rồi không bắt bao nhiêu rồi ngã chéo mà thế mà không được 16 lắm rồi kìa phải đâu 2 3 cái nhiên Minh bao nhiêu 5 m ui 50%. 35 m dạ. Chịu thua em rồi mọi ngày giữa đêm tối chuẩn không ui ra với bia này độc dược à thôi cút không quan trọng vụ nổ lớn bị sẽ sẵn bài tử thần mà để hiểu sẽ sẵn bài chơi chạm đất trải thải cái đường đâu mà chạm chứ là thế rồi đang xuống rồi đang vòng xuống rồi đang xuống thì binh sinh linh không 3 2 1 perfect một lần này đấy kiếm 15 lần perfect không 100 lần perfect thì ăn 6 triệu nhờ 7 triệu mình cần 50 thôi đã được 5 củ rồi 7 củ là bình thường chuẩn rồi đấy á đón thêm một nhịp vào mình rồi để chỉnh ok không được mất kiếm mà cô không mất áo luôn à nếu còn gì phải lấy găng tay đây để thay rồi 1 2 lần thế là 30% à xem bao nhiêu nhá 30% bình cũng gần 5 củ ấy 40 củ à 2 lần được 10 củ rồi thấy ảo điếc let's go rồi một chiếc binh chi linh không vậy bánh 7 láp à gậy 456 triệu coin để rebirth tiếp à sửa khó đấy anh cần 50 củ rồi anh phải chịu ui 40 củ tròn kiếm tiền từ điêu ấy một lần perfect này một lần perfect nghe cái cho mày trắng mày 10% nữa mày ngã mày ô không được đùa tao xuân không xuân 77 ơi hiểu được rồi xuân nhớ vậy không được rồi mày lại trẻ này 10 đây
ও তুমি
ডরাইছেন
দৌড়াবো কেন মাগের এরকম আটকা মায়া মনের সামনে চলে আসলে তো একটু চিন্তা লাগেই আর কালকে আবার তোমার মামার সাথে চ্যালেঞ্জ বইলা এসো শেষবার মতো চুলদারি আশ্রয় আসতে
শুনেন কালকের খেলায় আপনি হারবেন
বাবা কনফিডেন্স দেখছো মেয়ে
যদি না হারছেন তাহলে কিন্তু বললাম এটা দিয়ে আমি আমার হাতে আপনার নাম লিখুন মানে তো তখনই বুঝবেন যখন এটা দায় আপনার উপর পড়ব সরেন
আরে ভাই নাম লিখবা মানে কি মুসিবতে বললাম জিততে না পারে এখন 2 নাম্বারই
কি করছিস এটা কি করলি তুই মামা বলতো শেষ পর্যন্ত ওই হাবলু মামার কাছে
সরি বলছি তো মিস্টেক হইছে আর এটা খেলা না খেলাতে হার জিত থাকি
এই কথা তুই বলতাছিস 3 বারের চ্যাম্পিয়ন নিলয় বলতেছে এই কথা শেষ পর্যন্ত খেলায় হার জিত থাকেই
হ্যাঁ বলতেছি এবার হয় না আগামী বার হইব আর শোন আমাদের না বয়স বেশি হয়ে গেছে ঠিক আছে এখন এটা জুনিয়রদের করা কাম আমরা অনেক সিনিয়র হয়ে গেছি
এই দাঁড়া জুনিয়র হ্যাঁ কোন অ্যাঙ্গেল ওই হাবলু মামার তো জুনিয়র মনে হলো কত দেখি এই কথা শোনার পরে ওই হাবলু মামা সানফ্লাওয়ার তেল মাইরা ঠিক ঠিক করে হাসবো তুই এমন একটা কাজ করছিস মামা এলাকায় মুখ দেখানোর মতো অবস্থা থাকবে না
টাকা দিতেছি একটা কাজ কর বোরকা কিনা পিন্দা ঘুরতে থাক ঠিক আছে এলাকায় মুখ দেখাই তুই না
দাঁড়া আমার মনে হইতেছে কেউ তোর তাবিজ করছে তুই কখনো তো এই কথা বলার ছেলে না কি হইছে কত
কোনো তাবিজ টাবিজ কিছু না আর শোন আনোয়ারের রহিম বাবুর ছেড়ে আনতে পাঠাইছিলাম কই হয়
ভাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম ভাই
ওয়ালাইকুম আসসালাম আনোয়ার কই
ভাই পাটায় কই জানি গেল গা ভাই কামটা কি হলো ভাই কালে গেমটা এটা গেলেন
দাওয়া হইছে কাজের কথা আসি লাইলির পার্টিতে কাচ্চি করে দিব
না ভাই পারুম না মাফ করে দেন ভাই আপনার লেগে আমার জানা হাজির ওই মেয়ের লেগে আমি ভাই কাচ্চি বাচ্চি রাখতে পারবো না ভাই
কি কই রহিম ভাই মাথা ঠান্ডা তোমাদের ছাড়া হইব না তো বিষয়টা এমন কাচ্চি খাওয়াই ফিরব মনে করো 7 দিন যাতে কেউ বাথরুম থেকে বাইর না হইতে পারে বুঝছো না বিষয়টা পারো না যাও এবার রেডি করে গিয়ে যাও তাড়াতাড়ি
আঙ্কুটা একটু বড় খবর হইব
তোমরা আমগুলোকে বইতা
আরে আমরা তো খাবোই, আগে আপ্যায়নটা করে নেই। পুরান ঢাকার ট্রেডিশন তো আপ্যায়ন করা, কি মামা?
এই তো দুষ্ট লাইনে আইছো, এরকম লাইনে থাকলে তো কোনো সমস্যা হইতো না। খুব তো কইছিল খেলার কথা, এখন বুঝছো খেলা কি?
এখন একদম ক্লিয়ার মামা। আপনার একটু কাছে দিই। আলু দিই, আলু আলু।
না না আলু না, গোস্ত দাও, গোস্ত দাও।
এই যে গোস্ত দিই।
অনেক মজা হয়েছে। এই লাইলি দাও, লাইলি দাও।
আলু
ল ল ল ল লাইলি ল। তুমি লইবানি?
খাইতাম মজুর তো
তুমি একটু খাও।
সবাই মিলে আমগুলোকে খাইতাম
আরে খাবো তো, খাবার তো আছে।
লোকে খাও।
আরে মামা খান তো, আছে কিছু লাগলে বললেন কিন্তু।
মজা হয়েছে খাওয়ানো না?
আসলে
না তুই ল, গোস্ত ল।
এইবার লইয়া কয়বার হয়েছে?
ভাই 5 বার।
তোমার এত করে কইছি যে একটু কম কম খাও, মাংনা খাওয়ান পাইলে হুদাই হাম করে খাও।
দুলা ভাই আমি তো মাগনা খাওয়ান খাই ভাই, আমরা তো বাজেতে জিতছি আর আমি তো পরিমাণ মতোই খাইছি। বিশ্বাস করেন দুলা ভাই, আমি নিশ্চিত ওরা খাওয়ানোর মধ্যে কিছু মিশাইছে। লাইলিও তো পরিমাণ মতো খাইছে, ওরা তো পেট নামছে শুনছি।
হ্যাঁ, মানুষের খায় কাম নাই, তোমার খাওয়ানোর লোকে কিছু মিলাইছে।
ভাই আপনি জানেন না ওরা অনেক ডেঞ্জারাস, অনেক ডেঞ্জারাস দুলা ভাই। ওরা প্রত্যেকটা ধরে ধরে ফাঁসি দেওয়া উচিত দুলা ভাই। আমি খালি একটু সোজা হয়ে দাঁড়াইলু, তারপর দেখেন আমি রাজপথে নামবো, রাজপথে নামবো, আমি আন্দোলন করবো অগো ফাঁসির লিগা।
যাও যাও, তুমি তোমার কামে যাও, আমি তোমার লেগে কেড়ে বয়ে থাকো।
আপনি একটু বহান ভাই।
Này, sao thế nhỉ? Sao thế ít ít nhỉ? Nổ boom. Sao nó mày? Sao nó? Không quá rồi. Rồi, cút. Xong, cút. Meo 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 meo. Cái gì đấy? Lò đắc bù bù làm mau vậy? Xoắn không vậy. Thầy lái nha, thầy lái tốc độ cao xem con lái không? Từ từ, mày ấy hả? Xít được. So ride cut in high speed đấy. Chuẩn không? Đây á? Không được. Sửa tốc độ cao. Tốc độ cao đét mà. Rồi một lần, hai lần, lần thứ hai 300 lap à, 400 lap. Chuẩn không thầy? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Ui ui, tốc độ cao đấy. 378 lap chứ 400. Này à, bắt đầu thua. Thua, bài khỏe đấy. 2299 á. Mày đấu sĩ á. Mình lấy vào mày đéo ăn uống đầy đủ nhỉ? Thằng này được ăn uống đầy đủ. 2299 là phải không? Không. Tự đọc chuyển hóa bàn đấu. Đúng đi em.
Đúng.
Ô, phải chăng? Này full rồi.
Biar đi sang chuối. Cho hai cái con xanh rồi.
Không biết. Ok thầy ơi, mai sẽ ride a cat. Lâu rồi, 15 phút. Well played bro. Lái luôn đấy, lái bình vua lái racing boy. Nhốt luôn, chết không? Ngồi đi. Đéo đi à? Vào nó kèm rất siêu linh, đéo đủ mana là chết. Được không mà khỏe rồi ra đánh bài gì với cả Nautilus 2 cảnh vệ này, 3 cảnh vệ rồi, 4 cảnh vệ, cảnh vệ 2 luôn, còn biết tưởng ra cái gì á. Có cảnh vệ à? Ui, bài này đánh As cảnh vệ nhở. Hóa cung xanh à? Được phết. As cảnh vệ. Nó thì lướt này. As cảnh vệ rồi. Đánh chung bài 4 tranh. Cảnh vệ, As cảnh vệ thì sẽ là phần đâu rồi? What the hell, Catlin đâu? Đây. Đây. Thôi cái sao mình nhớ mà, kệ đi. Cứ cho cảnh vệ vào đây. Vui gỡ, điểm vui gỡ. Thôi, vừa đủ. Vừa đẹp. Cung xanh này. Vô cực rồi. Cung xanh vô cực với cả cuồng đao à? Dấu có cuồng đao, xít quá. Chắc là chìm quá rồi. Chắc thế. 82 máu à? Trốn nhỉ? Sẽ một chút trốn đấy. Mình sẽ lái cái này trước. Ok. Tốc độ cao đét. Ok được rồi. Cảnh vậy à? Có nhà đánh sự danh hóa này, thằng đấy át à? Chưa ai để qua át à? Cái đánh lắc này cũng không phải thôi, không ai át thì lụ. Lụ Nissan mà có gì đấy. Xin ra chơi. Lắp tổ xin ra tạm đi. Là thả ra tỷ đấu sĩ này, mình mà đánh thì nhầm, trở thành đấu sĩ tiếp và dòng tỷ ấy. Tỷ đấu sĩ ạ, quỷ đéo chịu được, mà anh đã stop rồi, có thấy không? Anh nhầm ui tí mà xóa, tí thầy nhót. Thầy nhót này mà bình tĩnh tự tin và tự tin bình đổi bài cái đổ bùm luôn mà sự là khỏe đấy, nhưng mà thầy xây bài ấy, mình chưa xây. Có Saza hả? Có Rakan.
আচ্ছা আপনি ওই দিন আপনার আম্মার সামনে আমার লগে এরকম ব্যবহার করছেন কেন?
আমার ইচ্ছে হয়েছে আমি করছি, আর আমার পিছে ঘুরে লাভ নেই।
কেন? আমি আপনার ভালোবাসি না, ঘুরবো না কেন?
বেহায়া মেয়ে রে বাবা, তোমার তো আমি ক্লিয়ার করে বলছি যে আমি তোমার বিয়ে করব না।
আরে আপনার আম্মাই তো আমার পছন্দ করছো, তো আপনি শাদি করবেন না কেলা?
তাহলে তারই বিয়েটা করো।
জি জি জি, আস্তাগফিরুল্লাহ, কি কইতাছেন? আমি আপনার আম্মারে কেলা শাদি করব? তো আপনারা শাদি করুন। আর আপনি যদি আমার শাদি না করছেন তাহলে কয়ে দিলাম ব্লেড দিয়ে আপনার নাম আমার হাতে লিখুন।
তোমার যা ইচ্ছা তুমি তাই করো, আমি একদমই ভয় পাই। আগেরবার মাইনে নিছি, খেলা ছিল দেখা, এটা খেলা না, এটা আমার জীবন। আমি জীবন নিয়ে ছেলে খেলা করতে পারবো না।
আমি হাঁচা হাঁচা কইতেছি, আমি কিন্তু ব্লেড দিয়ে
হাতে পায়ে গলায় মুখে সব জায়গায় যেখানে ইচ্ছা সেখানে লেখো। ইংরেজি বাংলা ফার্সি যেটাতে পারো সেটাতেই লেখো, আমার কিচ্ছু যায় আসে না।
আপনার আমি শেষবারের মতো কইতেছি, আপনার আর বেশি সময় দিব না, শুধুমাত্র 12 ঘন্টা সময় দিলাম। এই 12 ঘন্টার মধ্যে আপনি আপনার মত বদলাইবেন, নাহলে কইলাম আমি হাঁচায় ব্লেড দিয়ে আপনার নাম লিখে ফেলাম, আমার কেউ আটকাইতে পারবো না।
আরামসে তুমি সিগারেট টানো, বুঝে নাই শান্তিতে, আর ওদিক দিয়ে কাম সারছে।
কেন কি হইছে?
আরে শুনোস না, ওই মেয়ে তো ডেঞ্জারাস একটা ঘটনা ঘটায় ফেলছে।
লেট দিয়ে হাত কাটছে, এখন কি হইব মামা?
ওই মেয়েটা
বস কি মামা? কস হাত
কেন? ওই মেয়ের তোর কোনো কথা হয়েছিল?
কালকে রাত্রেবেলা বাসার সামনে এসে দাঁড়ায় ছিল, আমার 12 ঘন্টার আলটিমেটাম দিছে।
এই কিসের আলটিমেটাম দিছে রে? হ্যাঁ
আরে ওই বিয়াতে রাজি না হইলে কি জানি।
এই কথা তুই আগে কবি না।
আরে আমি কি বুঝছি নাকি?
আরে না বাবার কি আছে, বুঝোস না, মেয়ে তো একটা ডেঞ্জারাস।
এখন যদি কিছু হয়ে যায় মামা, আমাকে তো পুলিশে ধরে নিয়ে যাবে। কেন আমি কি করছি?
ও আমি কি করতে কিছু জানো না? ওই বেটা আইনার মারপে জানো, জীবনে তো থানায় তুই যাস্তে জানবি কেন? তা না আমি গেছি জানি। শোন, যে কোনো হলে আত্মহত্যা প্ররোচনকারী যেই হোক না, তার নাম যদি একবার থানায় গিয়ে কয় মামা, তাহলে তার খবর আছে। এখন তুই কি করবি তুই চিন্তা করে দেখ।
কি করছে সব? এই লাইলি বাইচা আছে তো?
হ্যাঁ শুনলাম ও তো বাইচা আছে।
কোন হসপিটাল আছে? কো আমি যাই একটু দেখা করে আসি।
হসপিটালে যাই দেখা করে, হসপিটাল থাকলে এতক্ষণ তুমি চৈত শিকার ভিত্তি থাকলা, বুঝো নাই? আর তুমি যাই হয়তো বাসায় আছে। এই তুই কি ওর বাসায় যাবি?
তুই যাবি মামা?
হায় রে খোদা, তুমি আইছো। আমি জানতাম তুমি আইবা। আমি লাইলে রে কইছি তুমি আসবা। চ্যাংরা হও আর রক্ত গরম হও, মানুষ তো। তোমার মনের ভিতরে সেই প্রেমটা আছে।
আচ্ছা আমি লাইলির সাথে একটু দেখা করবো।
লাইলির সাথে দেখা করবা?
কেমন আছে ও?
আছে বাবা, আসো আসো, তোমার আমি তো দেখা করতে আসো।
এইসব কি?
প্লেট দিয়ে তোমার নাম লিখছি, বানান ঠিক আছে?
একদম ঠিক আছে। কিন্তু কি বলো বাইক না, ভালো হয়েছে না? আমি কিন্তু লাইলিতে কইছিলাম যে লাইলি একটা ছবি তুইলা ওরে পাঠাই দে। ভাই কইছে যে না, কিছু জিনিস আছে এগুলো ছবি তুইলা পাঠালে সঠিকভাবে দেখা যায় না, সামনাসামনি দেখতে হয়। এর লেগে তো এতক্ষণ ধরে তোমার জন্য অপেক্ষা করতেছি।
এইসব পাগলামির কোনো মানে আছে?
আছে না, তোমার আমি শাদি করব, তুমি আমার শাদি করবা, করবা না?
এই তুমি কি আমার বলদ পাইছো? বলদ এই পাশে দাঁড়ানো লোকটার মতো।
নীলয়, তুমি আমার মামার নিয়ে কি করতেছো?
আমি বলবো তুমি শুনবা। মানে এই যদি তোমার হাত কাটার নমুনা হয়, হ্যাঁ আমি জানলে আমি জীবনেও আসতাম না। আর যদি হাত সত্যি সত্যি কাটতাও তাও আসতাম না, কোনো লাভই হতো না। আমি তোমারে বিয়ে করব না। তোমার মতো মেয়ের সাথে শুধুমাত্র মজা নেওয়া যায়, বাড়ির বউ করা যায় না। তোমার মধ্যে ওই রকম কোনো এলিমেন্টই নাই।
তুমি একটু বেশি বেশি করতেছো না?
এই মাঝখান দিয়ে ঢুকে গেলেন। হ্যাঁ সাদে কি আপনার মানুষে হাবলু কয়? এর লেগে আপনার হাবলু কয়। আর ঢুকছেন যখন, তখন আমারে না বুঝায় আপনার এই ড্রামাবাজ ভাগ্নিরা বুঝান। আমি ওরে বিয়ে করবো না, আমি মরে গেলে ওরে বিয়ে করবো না। মানে নিজের তো কোনো মান সম্মান নাই, পরিবারের মান সম্মানটা যদি খোয়াইতে না চাও তাহলে এইসব বন্ধ করো। সবার সামনে অপমান করবো না।
থাক ভাগ্নি, তুই কষ্ট পাইস না। হয় তোরা বুঝতে পারে নাই, আর যেদিন বুঝতে পারবো হয় কান্দা বুক চাপলাইব, তখন বুঝবো যে কি জিনিস হারাইছি। তুই কান্দিস না ভাগ্নি, একদম কান্দিস না। তুই থাক, আমি আইতাছি, দেখতেছি।
Đêm có rắc biết. Đùa. Anh đang chưa tôi học thêm mũ quay, đang nhặt mũ để đi quay cái. Đùa. Là sao? À. Ô, mày đánh cờ xong. Đánh cờ xong, bắn Valorant vui. Bắn vào. Valorant chửi ấy. Đâu, vào đây. Đó, ra đánh cờ lên mình rồi. Ý là đánh cờ lên mình kiểu ví dụ set bài xong rồi quay lại game ấy, xong rồi chơi game kiểu có cái gì phải chỉnh chỉnh ở game này thì chỉnh ấy. Chứ không phải bị bỏ chơi suốt đây. Bỏ ra chơi suốt đây. Em có cái gì khác để chơi đâu. Ai à, có. Không phải là một chết. Nhanh ngốc. Tao có đánh cùng nhau đâu. Tao đánh cùng nhau không? Địch cái này thằng kia chết tao. Ô đây rồi, anh sẽ phải vô kia anh mở quả chưa mũ một vật mở quả ép nữa. Và thích thì mời mà. Anh sẽ auto hack chia. Người mình buồn ngủ lắm, mình buồn ngủ lắm. Bọn anh nói chuyện với nhau thì còn tỉnh nhờ. Không, bọn anh có người nói chuyện thì mới quay được 9 tiếng, 10 tiếng đấy chứ. Không thì lỏ lắm. Áo lưng. Vui anh ra mà xịn sao ấy. Thế lắc lâu lắm. Không thì lửa. Lắc. Ê, sao qua này lắc lâu ấy? Chôn tao. Lắc lâu vãi. Ui lắc lâu lắm. Ui, anh ra mi thích. Wow, sao lắc lâu thế? Lắc mãi không xong. Nó lắc tỷ phát không xong. Gì anh tưởng cái gì ra giản mi thích. Rồi xin. Mình mua là nói. Ui, anh quay ra mi thích còn lắc tỷ. Nó lắc 1 tỷ lần nó mới xong cái gì á? Cái mặt à? Mình quay mặt đi. Nước cắt rơi thì kia nó vào đây mà. Mày ở trong mày nói luôn cho nhanh. Yes. Anh chửi không? Ôi có chửi không? Của tao máy tao auto là 30 fps thôi mà. Có được hơn đâu. Và không chỉnh lên hơn đấy, để đánh từ gốc rồi. Hình như chỉnh lên là mất tiền là thêm money rồi. Anh chưa về cũ à? Anh bảo ra mình thích về cũ ơi, anh ác quỷ à? Mà lắc thực sự lâu anh tưởng lag cơ nhưng mà không, sử ra một con siêu xịn. Được cút. Không ngào lại. Cần gì ngào lại không cao càng tốt rồi. Mà hậu lại không cao càng tốt mà. Thôi ai về quân theo phần đánh chứ anh. Tiếp. Đâu nhỉ? Ai đi mua đồ cơ? Bắn. Xong rồi lắc màn hình, xong rồi ấn space ấy, ấn space cho đầy cái thanh trên, xong bay nhanh, xong game. Ấn space cho đầy thanh rồi, đầy thanh cái đây nó tự bút xong rồi thôi, ấn cái đầy này. Đó đấy, anh mà mở chứng xịn rồi ơi, anh mở chứng xịn rồi, anh bay anh ác quỷ rồi. Ui, sự ác quỷ em ơi, anh bay sự ác quỷ đấy, anh còn chưa bút nữa. Rồi Vũ có thấy anh không? Vũ mày có nhìn thấy anh không? Vũ có nhìn thấy anh không? Ở tù góc trái Vũ, không ai biết gì đâu, chứ con tù không ai biết gì đâu, thực sự không ai biết gì đâu Tuấn. Không có giữa màn hình nhá, giờ không có, không thể nào phân biệt được đâu. Yes sir, không hiện giữa màn hình, không ai biết gì đâu. Nhưng mà lúc ấn auto mình vẫn di chuyển được nó mà, sao đâu gì ấy. Là 9 à? Đâu? Nó luôn rồi mà. Bay thấp, mấy đồng mày bay thấp, còn nó bay như thầy chơi. Từ hôm sáng nay thầy mới chơi mà, thầy xịn biết. Gì thầy mấy có thích, vừa thầy mở có thích sự lắc sự lâu ấy. Ôi à. Thương binh, chi linh. Thôi giờ anh sẽ kiếm 750 tỏi đây. Wow thà. Ui, bao nhiêu năm vậy? Để xem bao nhiêu năm. 20 tỏi. 20 tỏi. À. Chia. Phải nói khác à? Yes. What? Sao không? Ok, thấy tao bảo Vũ lần trước không Vũ hỏi mày lâu, mày cũng bảo tao là mày bảo là cái yêu rồi thì xóa đi. À. Nhặt tí năng lượng á, nhặt một tí, nhưng mà tí năng lượng á, xong rồi bay được. Mày nghe chưa? Nó đi ăn rồi, đi ăn. Nó đi ăn mà, nó ngủ cả sáng rồi, qua xem nó bóng. Ủa, vẫn chơi mà, vẫn chơi, nó chơi bình thường mà là không thân thôi. Loser mà, quỷ ác quỷ. Yes. Đó, xả rồi, không luôn. Bây giờ rồi. Người ta chắc là xấu vãi biết. Xấu vãi biết. Xong rồi. Đây là 6. 2k3 già rồi, giờ ta chỉ kiếm được 2k6 bên lộn. Ôi, thấy ra cái tên lửa Vũ ơi, lại quay lại với tên lửa. Cuộc sống của tôi lại quay trở lại với tên. Anh bay 30 tỷ Vũ. Anh ác quỷ nhìn thấy anh không? Quỷ mà, sự quỷ ấy. 22 lắm. Chả sao đâu, nó không bị hiện này. Điều chỉnh chút khung hình lái bình. Hôm qua đọc từ cả đã đánh danh cao thủ và đánh danh cao thủ. Không có. Bình thường ai nào được mà, chỉ cả lập nick lấy nick mới chơi được mà. Nào xem phim rồi không vậy? Giờ xem phim vừa chơi cái này được không vậy? Mình không biết mình có phải là cái ông mình không biết là có. Yes. Ngon. Yes. Nhiều cái mới. Yes. Thực sự là lên Hà Nội phát là có nhiều cái đấy, có nhiều cái đấy. Hoàng Minh nó hóa thành thanh phạm này. Cộng một thanh phạm. Anh phải bay á. Yes sir. Được không? Ghê vậy thầy. Chơi được không gọi thầy? Từ có một con màu đen này vui, anh cần quay ra cái con màu đen này cơ. Quay này. Thôi anh tích tiền lên quân mới 750 tuổi à? Anh có 100 tuổi rồi. Đợt này thôi, tiền này sao? Sợ đây em, anh vào cái trận này. Binh 33 để mấy tuổi. Ở quê em mới lên, ta chỉ phải đi quân sự. Quân sự xong. Thằng Cường đấy, Cường sắp đi rồi. Cường mang cái kia đi. Cái gì cơ? Không biết. Ai hỏi? Wow. Chụp quá. Chụp nó sao đâu?